Hey y'all, it's me again, Joey.
Well, ready to let them loose?
Yep, that's it. Let's see if they make us run.
Oh,
Probably so.
yeah, that one tried to get after him, but other than that, what can you expect? I mean, can you blame him? Oh yeah, they're getting after us now. Go, Joey, go!
Hey man!
They're mad, buddy. I'm gonna get in the truck. You gotta go back and get your camera.
But also, just get as many as you can off the one next to it. Get out.
You gotta move away.
Do that side again. Y'all ready? Let's get started. Well, hello everyone. Hope everybody over in the chat's doing good. I was going to try to say hello to a bunch of them. We already got a bunch of them in here, so I might skip somebody. How you doing, Mr. JW?
Oh, just wonderful life.
Yes, wonderful.
Wonderful.
It looks cold where you at.
That's from last year. It's actually we're up to balmy 14 degrees. It's
Yeah. How about you, Tom? How you doing?
Everything is good.
All good.
Cold day here in Missouri, though.
It got hot here last night, and it's hotter now than it was. I done bumped that air conditioner down again, trying to stay cool here today. Hey, Mr. John. I know everybody already sees you on here. I even kind of
Hello there, sir.
You doing okay?
Doing great, doing great.
That's good. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you was able to come on.
Yeah, glad to be here. It's been a while. I think you had me on maybe about a year or so ago. It was sometime last fall.
Yep, it was almost about this time, wasn't it?
Okay, probably so. Yeah.
You hadn't been busy, have you?
No, I'm bored like usual. How about you?
Yeah, me too.
bet you are.
Yeah. I figured you didn't have much to do.
Always
That's why I asked to see if you wanted to come on here.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
That's good.
And John, you're located what, southeast or southwest of Nashville now? Isn't that correct?
It's pretty much straight west of Nashville. Yeah.
Straight west. Okay.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's a little bit warmer in Illinois, but it's not as warm as if I'd have known the South would get this cold in the winter, I'd have moved closer to Joey down there.
Yeah. We've had, I'm going to say, cool weather I repeat myself because I said this on a couple of different lives this week, but cool to me, but it was comfortable cool weather, day and night for like 3 weeks now. And it's cool enough to keep the bees in. And yesterday that changed. It got hot. Even the middle of the night last night, it was still up in like 65 degrees and
Wow.
90, I think it was 98 humidity. So it felt hot last night and it feels about the same tonight. So I don't have snow behind me, so I can't complain too much.
Right.
you know, I showed 100% humidity this morning here. I didn't have any recently. Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah.
Wind's blowing pretty good too. So the wind chill's probably below zero now. I don't know.
Lee says it's, let's see, get that where I can read it. 82 today, 27 tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
Spoke too soon, didn't I? But
Howdy,
John,
Jeff.
what you got going on? I know you're getting ready for Nobby.
Yeah, that's the main thing right now. Just
Yeah.
Working on, just trying to dial things in and hope to try to get enough product together to fill orders and get it all down there. And it's another bang up year. And so and Cayman I think is expecting about least 400 more people than last year, attendees. That's nice. And yeah, we're seeing that to some degree in our sales numbers as well. And yeah, it's exciting. We got several new things coming out, some updated things, and always trying to crank out the exciting new products as much as we can. One of these days, I don't know if I'm gonna someday run out of new things to launch. I hope not, but it's gonna be awful boring if we ever do. But we're not there yet, and hopefully a long ways from that. So yeah, I got working on some. I'm gonna get everybody all in a frenzy here, but working on some new uncappers. We're hoping to display some new uncappers at the expo. Yep. So we'll see how it turns out. We're still trying to get some. Still waiting on a couple of sample machines. One's being built over in Turkey. Is a knife uncapper, kind of a automatic knife uncapper. Yep. And then we got a flail uncapper similar to a chain uncapper, like the other common brand out there, that's coming in as well. Both these are kind of somewhat off the shelf machines, to be completely upfront, that are being made in these factories over there. We're doing a little bit of customizing for us, but we're still trying to get. I got some honey waiting. Hopefully, gonna be able to test these things out, and we'll see how we represent them at the expo. I plan to have display models at the expo no matter what. Whether that yeah, we'll talk about those plastic bottom boards in a second here. Burnt Branch Creek bees. Good to see you. Anyway, but yeah, so we may be just displaying a couple of these uncapper models just to kind of get some buzz going, for lack of a better term, and get people's input on them, and then maybe build a few models to get out in certain people's hands next year, and then do a fuller launch the following year. We'll just kind of see how it goes in the next couple of weeks here. We're very much in crunch time, and so. But yeah, it's all about just trying to get last few details on some new products that we can show off, or completely do a full launch there. Got a new honey pump coming out. A couple new speed fills that we're going to be showing off as well.
You
And
see Tom's eyes when you said honey pump?
I did, yeah, okay. I wasn't looking that close. Yeah, I try not to look at Tom very close. He's kind of scary.
I don't know if his eyes got bigger because you said new honey pump, or when he thought about it, Melissa started to hit him. I don't know which.
Okay, yeah. Hey, Dodd, yeah, good to see you, Dodd. Sorry,
I'm over here seeing dollar bills float out of my wallet, Dad.
Melissa, hey, like I tell everybody, it's money I take from you keeps you having money to gamble, drink, all those kind of things, so I'm helping you out there, and you're always supporting a good cause. I always tell people that. So, yeah, my kids like to eat. So anyway, but yeah, and Dodd, yes, sorry, what did Dodd ask there? I missed it here. BVAC. Yeah, we do need to work on a BVAC. There is a couple really good ones out there. We dabbled in one a couple years ago and just kind of dropped it because there's better wireless, cordless ones out there. And so maybe one of these days, but on the BVAC. But anyway, yeah, so a couple new honey pumps.
Have you ever, I don't know if it's a rumor when I heard it or not, have you ever worked on or attempted to do anything with a hive lifter?
Yeah, we've dabbled. It's one of those things that's kind of been in the back of our minds. We've played with a couple of them. There's a couple of good options out there. I guess I haven't really pulled the trigger yet. There's a couple of models we've looked at that are already in production elsewhere. We thought about bringing in and modifying a little bit and then perfecting, but I kind of haven't gone forward with it yet. They're good units, but the ones we looked at, but they price point was just going to be really hard to really be able to really excite people, I felt like, as well as just for us we want to make a little money, believe it or not. Here we're kind of in this to make a little profit at the end of the day. So yeah, to be able to make a decent margin as well as still offer it at an affordable price. We're kind of there, but not super there. And so yeah, one of these days I need to dig into that one further. But there's just so many, and that's why I say the chances of running out of new things to launch is probably pretty slim anytime soon. That's a great thing. That's a wonderful thing. But yeah, so we kind of, I don't know. There's not a particular strategy of anything we do here at Hillco. We're just kind of throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks most of the time. And so, it's we're kind of going for some low-hanging fruit, things that are the biggest opportunity in the particular moment, things that come our way, things we're trying to develop. Or again, a lot of times, some stuff we develop from scratch, some stuff we we take something that somebody else is doing and modify and try to perfect it for our market. And so always playing around. But yeah, uncappers are a big priority for us, and so that's something we're hoping again to really make some strides forward. And in the coming year here, we've made promises for a long time. We did launch our roller uncapper this past year, which has been very successful, very popular. But we're working on 2 or 3 others that we're excited about. High 365, we got our second generation. We'll be launching at the Bee Expo as well. That was very successful this past year. Our plastic insulated line of beehive setups. And that was again a good launch. We kind of purposely launched a limited run, just basically one truckload of those this year, and got them out in people's hands, and just to kind of get feedback and perfect it better for next year. And that's what we're doing. And so we got some great feedback. We made some great changes. We're really excited about our version 2 of the Hive 365. And I don't know what all we'll be showing off. Of course, our bottom drive, our new updated extractor lineup. Spring feet are a big deal. I can imagine you have no idea how many spring feet we've sold this year. I knew that would be a big product, those spring feet that go on extractor legs, but they, my oh my, that has been a dynamite product, and it's really changed the game for a lot of people. So
Yeah.
lots of cool stuff going on.
Well, interestingly enough, John, it's such a simple product of spring feed or some sort of a way to help perfect a centrifuge, and nobody ever did it. Everybody focused on the main ingredient, but I feel like they missed out on that little small opportunity, which I would have felt like would have had a pretty good profit margin behind it. It's such a simple thing, but yeah, definitely a good product. We really enjoy that new bottom drive unit, that 36. It's pretty spectacular. And so, yeah, we ran it here this last year. Worked out well.
Yeah, and there's been some people who are the bottom drive is not a brand new product. By the way, Greg Dunn, thank you so much. By the way, it's, again, as I said, it's going to a good cause, and all the rest of you are supporting us. We really appreciate it. Yeah, no gambling or drugs for you. I'm glad for you, Greg. That's good. That's good. So we'll put the money to good use. Anyway, but yeah, the spring feed's an interesting thing. I mean, yeah, for years, we've sold thousands of honey extractors over the years, and one of the biggest questions I got so many times was, how much do your machines wobble, vibrate, shake, whatever term people use? And I would say, well, they're fine, they run smooth until you put your honey frames in them, right? And I say it jokingly, but it's the truth, right? Because no two frames of honey weigh the same. And I just tell people, well, bolt the thing down. But for so many people, for understandable reasons, so many people can't bolt them down, won't bolt them down. They might be extracting in their kitchen, for example. Usually the missus isn't too keen on drilling holes in the kitchen floor. Some people there's a variety of reasons where an awful lot of people can't or won't.
Well, I went ahead and anchored mine here in the honey house, and it works for me. But when I found out that, or I heard you say it first, I think you said that with the springs, you could just turn it wide open. You don't have to try to ease the speed up.
Yeah.
And that got me to thinking maybe I want to put springs on there instead of having it anchored down, because I still have to stand there a couple minutes to get it.
Yeah, Joey, they actually work better wide open with the springs on than they do like it half wide open or something.
Yeah, 100%. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, that's an interesting point you're making there, Joey, and that's something that we've noticed this year. I didn't expect this. I guess my original vision for the spring feet was just to compensate for people who couldn't or wouldn't bolt their machine down. We are seeing people who had bolted it down who are switching to the spring feet, and there is some good reason for that. And the spring feet also, I would still say if you can bolt it down, give that a shot first. But yeah, the spring feet do absorb that shock, that shake in the machine instead of that torque being absorbed by your legs and leg brackets or however your legs are mounted on your particular extractor. The springs really take that shock, and so it's better for the machine too.
Well, a hobbyist like me, you say, well, it just takes a few extra minutes. But when you think about it, mine now, let's just say, with mine, every box I load it up. Say I use a lot of deeps, so when I load mine up, it's full. That's a spin, and if it takes me 3 or 4, or let's just say 5 extra minutes to get it all the way up each time, that adds up.
Absolutely, it really does add up. It absolutely adds up. Yeah, thank you to all of you on there who are endorsing those spring feet. I'm glad they're working for you. They really are. And yeah, for your Date Ant 20 frame there, Kodiak Farm Bees Lee, get the medium size, our green springs. They should be the right size for you if you're in the market. Not trying to make you a sales pitch here, but if you're looking for them, that's the size you're going to want, that 20 frame. But yeah, they have really been, I hate to use terms like revolutionary or game changing on something, especially something as simple as a spring, but it's really, it is really a game changer. And we did quite a bit of testing for a long time to get it right. We tried out a lot of different things. And we had to try, once we settled on the spring concept, we had to do a lot of testing and trial and error of it as well to get settled on the right sizes, the right tension on those springs, because we found out really fast, and others have found out that have tried to put the wrong size springs in their machine. You find out real quick that it can go the other way real fast. The wrong spring can make it worse.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, John, Burnt Branch Creek Bees has a little comment on here, I think, that would probably be worth you answering. It says, I'm worried about stressing welds over time, and that's why I never bolted mine down. But I think actually you can probably talk to this, but as far as your warranty goes on that stainless, that's pretty spot on, right?
Yeah. So I mean, if he's got our extractor, I'm not sure what he has machined, but yeah, if our extractor should hold up. I mean, and most of them out there should hold up to bolting down. They will take quite a bit of stress, but that being said, yeah, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, the springs do take care of that problem because the springs are absorbing that torque and that shock of the shake and what have you. But yeah, if you can bolt it down, again, I wouldn't stop people from doing that. Yeah, we're seeing, and just for those out there, because it's a question we get a lot. People ask if they need to bolt down because the rubber bottom of the spring foot does have little bolt holes. If you want to bolt it down, you sure could, but we don't suggest that. There's no reason for that. So okay, yeah, you got one of ours and a data. Yeah. Can you bolt with the springs? Yeah, Jay Larry Peters asking that. Yeah, you can. There's no reason to. And I guess I've told people if you can bolt it down, I guess if you can bolt it down, just bolt it down. But I mean, I'd say, yeah, the spring feet are for people who don't want to bolt it down most of the time. But yeah, you shouldn't need to bolt them down, but you can if you want to.
Now, how many different size of springs did you have to go with all these different size extractors? Do any of them work on more than one extractor? Or
yeah, so we just have 3 sizes, a small, medium, and large at this point. I think that's kind of where we're staying at this point. I haven't seen any reason yet to broaden that. So we recommend them anywhere from our 3 frame to our 36 frame machines, or those sizes of any other brand as well. We have a 48 frame extractor. Obviously, Data and other brands make that size, as well as much larger sizes. And I'd say when you get to that point, just forget it. Don't try and put springs on. Just bolt the thing down. Most people in that situation can or have the ability to it. So we don't want to mess around with spring feet on a machine that large. So anything up to 36 frames. Yeah, we have our small size, which is our by far most popular. We use all the way up to about a 12 frame machine for a machine that does about 12 medium frames. Generally, it's not an exact science. We find there's some pretty good flexibility. So anywhere from our smallest 3 or 4 frame machines up to a 12 frame. We use a small size. Then for like a 14, 16 frame up to about a 20 frame, we use the medium springs, and then on the beyond that, we have the large size spring for 24, 32, 36 frame machines. And so far, that seems to have worked well. We've had a lot of good feedback. We did have some of our first springs we put out there, some of the large sizes, the medium and large sizes, they had a bolt sticking down into the middle of the spring that went down in too long, and what happened with it when the spring sagged a little bit, which we want the springs to sag, by the way, because that's where you get your softness that absorbs that wobble. But if the spring would sag a little bit, that bolt would bottom out, and so it was worse than not having the spring at all. Mm-hmm. And so we had to take care of that problem, and we've modified them going forward, and we have a great design now. We made a slight change that got rid of that stud sticking down through that was unnecessary. And so anyway, it's they really have been dynamite, and I couldn't believe how many of those have gone out. We've struggled to keep up, still are struggling to keep up with demand on the spring. I think we're still out of stock on the small size right now. We got more coming in here soon. But anyway, yeah, I don't mean to belabor that too much, but it's been a dandy little product, quite the add-on.
I guess Michael's saying he can spin it with one deep frame in there and still does.
Okay, wow. I wouldn't recommend that, but hey, if
Yeah.
that's
But
if
usually
that's
when I
it,
got an odd one like that, I put a couple of empty frames back in it on the other side, you know.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and Michael, if that's working for you, then great. I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, if it's working for you, it's fine. I guess I tell people, yeah, as long as you've got remotely well balanced, I mean, I do tell people still try to use some common sense. Don't want to run one frame on one side and six on the other side or something like that. Halfway balance out if you can. It just makes it smoother. But yeah, they are pretty forgiving, and so yeah, again, if you have it remotely balanced at all, even close, it's you can run it, you can crank it up to wide open, and as you said, Joey, it drastically reduces your extracting time, so they're worth every penny and then some. But yeah, hey, Paul Hale, good to see you. Yeah, Tennessee life is great. It's really really nice. We live out in the timber here. It's a lot more rolling, and the roads have a lot more curves to it than Illinois did. And in Illinois, the roads, if you're familiar with Central Illinois, especially, it's like a grid. A mile this way, mile that way. The roads are, you can just kind of drive a general direction. You can see the next town you want to get to across the fields. It's flat, and the roads are straight and everything. So that can be nice, but down here it's really pretty. It's kind of nice and hilly and rolling, and yeah, this definitely different, but in a good way. Really nice people, which people in Illinois are super nice as well. But yeah, it's really been nice to be down here.
John, I've got a question back to the Springs, if I may.
Yeah.
I was looking at mine this afternoon. I've got it sitting on the Springs. I extract probably twice a year at the most. You think those springs will weaken with them sitting on there, or take them off?
They should not. No, I don't. You shouldn't have to take them off, JW. I would say. I mean, I can't pretend that I've had extractors sitting on these springs for years at a time to know that for sure. But I'll just say right now, if they, we stand behind our stuff. If they're going to, hey, Brad, if they're going to weaken on your set, soften on you over time, I'll replace them for you.
I'm just curious. I thought about that this afternoon. I was sitting there doing some bottling and looking at those. Those springs will collapse sitting on them all winter. I hope you come up with another model.
If we start to see that happening over time, we may have to change our messaging on that and tell people to take them off. I hope that won't be the case. I don't expect that to be the case, but yeah, that's JW is off his rocker a lot. Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave that alone.
John, he's going to fight you. You keep throwing trash at him. He's going to fight you.
Everybody loves me, John.
I know it. I know it.
I'm old and can't defend myself.
Hey, John. So I got to ask, can you disclose any information about that knife uncapper that you're chatting about there?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess what I can say is that it's going to be, kind of what you have, Tom. I know you have another brand out there, a license. I guess I can just come out and say it. I don't think they're going to mind. But yeah. So it's going to be similar to that, where you put some frames in, it kind of drops them in. You have your chain that runs them through. You have heated shaker knives, electrically heated. These are not going to be steam heated; they'll be electrically heated for simplicity's sake. Ours, we do plan to have it be a motorized feed, so instead of having to crank it like some of the other brand, I think, does yours have a crank?
No, it has a motorized.
We'll have a motor on ours. Yeah, we'll have a slow speed.
I'm 100% glad I went with the motor over the hand crank for
okay. You do have a fully automatic one. Okay, yeah. So we are going to have it fully automated, and so it'll just have some rails at the bottom with a kind of a catch tray to catch honey and cappings out the bottom, and just kind of push this. Yeah, it's gonna be very similar to other automatic or semi-automatic uncappers out there. But it's gonna. We're still dialing things in. I'm hoping to have the retail price in the neighborhood of $3,500. Don't hold me to that, because I did get again, it is coming from Turkey. Usually my tariffs out of Turkey aren't that bad, but I did get on a sample one I've got due in any day now. I've seen this in person before, but I don't have one in my possession right now. Anyway, the tariff bill I got for it the other day was higher than I hoped. So anyway, we will see on that, but I do expect it to be very affordably priced compared to what else is out there. And again, so we're still going to dial it in. And so, yeah, again, we'll see. I plan to definitely have it on display at the Bee Expo. That's all I can probably commit to at this point. And we'll see from there where we go with it as far as
will people be able to pre-order something like that if they choose to?
I guess I want to get it. I want to get this version in first. Again, I've seen it in person, but I haven't had a chance to physically use one yet. And so I guess I want to see. It's a relatively simple concept in general, but I also don't want to be too hasty and just running a few frames through it and getting them out there to people. So we may do a limited run for 2026. We will see. I just don't want to commit again, get myself in a bind where we got a bunch of people with these puppies in their hands next season, and then there's a couple little issues that we didn't foresee, and those things that does happen with any new product launch to some degree. But we sure try to keep that to a minimum and avoid frustration and disappointment for customers that trust us with their money. So.
Well, if you want to do any kind of collab or you're interested in knowing what my experience is with what I've used or something like that, just even a phone call conversation, anything like that, I'm always open and
I appreciate that.
To help out in any way, shape, or form. So,
thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Dodd, thank you for the offer. I know we're gonna thank you, Jack and Danette there. Sorry, I'm probably missing some messages, but we I know we're going to have no end of people offering to be field testers, and so I appreciate that. It's exciting. I don't know how we're going to, if we choose to go there, or we just do a small run of a dozen machines or something for the next year, how we're going to choose who gets that or not, because it's going to be a long list, I'm sure. But anyway, we'll figure it out. But again, we want to do it right, but we also want to get it out there too. And some of these things we find, it can be hard to really know. I probably err on the side. I do try to test things and try to make sure we get it out to people in the, we know, thanks for volunteer to field test the Max 48. All right. Thank you. Anyway, but at the same time, we also have found that, there's times, you can test stuff. We can test stuff in the shop. We can test stuff on our own all day long. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you got to get a couple hundred units out there, 50 at least, or 100, whatever, before some problems really start to show up, because it can be such a broad, how much somebody uses the product, right? How big a beekeeper they are. I mean, some people that, buy a 48 frame extractor and only have 15 hives. They just want to buy ahead and buy the best, buy once, cry once kind of thing. There's other people out there like yourself, Tom, probably run a couple hundred hives. You're going to use a little more frequently, or we have people that buy something and don't use it for a year, and so you can say, well, I got 25 machines out there. I got 50 machines out there. I haven't heard of any problems so far. Well, a third of those may have not been opened up yet, honestly, for several months. And so, so it's a little hard sometimes. We just kind of just jump in and figure it out and just deal with the problems when they come. And again, but we try to do our due diligence ahead of time. There's no easy answer with it, if that makes sense.
Do you have anything down the pipe or any aspirations to, obviously, if you have in some sort of automatic on capper, the next piece that would probably somewhat couple with that would be some sort of spinner or something to deal with the cappings. What do you do with the cappings out there, especially if you are actually taking the time, effort, and energy to purchase a machine of that size? You're probably going to process a fair amount of cappings. What does that look like for you in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. It's another thing I forgot to, I didn't mention yet. So we are working on, we've looked at capping spinners, really the direct, I'm not planning to go the direction of a capping spinner at this point. Mm-hmm. But we do need options out there to help people deal with cappings for sure. And so what we're working on is two things. We're planning to launch a cappings extruder at the Bee Expo. Made in Serbia, great product, great company backing it over there that's building for us, customizing it a bit for us, our electrical system on it, and really looks solid. And so we're planning to launch the cappings extruder. It's going to be a little more pricey, depending on your budget. It's going to be probably in the $3,000 ballpark. So that's a great option. And again, compared to what else is out there, it's still very competitive. However, again, I realize that's a little bit on the high side maybe for some folks. So we are also working on kind of something on the same lines, but kind of a cappings press. You've probably seen the guys on YouTube that have it kind of looks like a cider press, and you just kind of put your cappings in and you press it, you screw the thing down. So we're working on something a sterile version of that on steroids, kind of that same general concept with a motorized drive. It's gonna very slowly push it down with a nice tank around it. But we're working on that. I don't know, we're running out of time here. I was trying to get a sample of that to show off. We designed that from scratch, but we're still working with our manufacturer, one of our fab shops, to build a sample of that for us to look at and test and hopefully show off at the expo. And I don't know if the time is going to quite work out on that or not. We may have to push that one back a little bit because we just probably not going to have enough time to really test it out. But at the very least, maybe we'll be able to show it off at the expo and at least get some conversation going. But that's kind of the direction we've tried out. We've made a couple attempts with a capping spinner. I haven't really been thrilled with the results so far. I know some people have spinners out there. Some people have good luck with spinners, but they're just a little temperamental, a little bit. They're terrible hard to balance. They're just a little bit hard to get, not to be spinning cappings out. I know one of the other brands out there, they give you kind of a window screen you're kind of putting in there and taking out, and that just seems terrible cumbersome to me. So we decided at this point not to go the capping spinner route. So anyway, that gives you a sneak preview of what we're working on there. But we are very much working on that. Again, I plan to have an extruder at the expo and plan to be able to take pre-orders on the larger extruder at the expo. Those are really sweet. I mean, they got a hopper in the top. You just dump cappings in. It's got a nice slow moving auger. The tube, for those of you who probably everybody's familiar with them, but they got a perforated big long stainless steel tube with the auger running through it, and it just kind of runs the cappings through that auger and squeezes the honey out. And a little bit of wax comes out, not too much. And out the end just kind of comes a little bit of dry residual wax that just dumps into a bucket, and then you can render that later. And so it's really a slick setup. Again, not the cheapest thing out there, but hey, it's beekeeping.
Well,
it's cheap.
Just for reference on the cheapest thing out there, if you're talking about wax extruder, all people have to do is Google search it, and you're going to run into a small one's going to run you about $6,000, and a little bit more heftier one's going to run you about $12,000. And that's on the small sideline scale. That's not on a large commercial operation either. So just for reference, there's where those price points are at. So now all of a sudden, $3,000 doesn't seem so offensive.
Sorry, your whole talk there, I kind of missed. My headset for some reason conked out on me for temporarily there. I just came back.
So what I was saying was, for reference on competitor brands, a wax extruder, a small one, is going to run you roughly about $6,000.
Right.
And a larger one, and this is not for a commercial operation, probably I would say light commercial, is going to run you somewhere around $12,000.
Yeah.
I've looked into and I've kicked these things around so much trying to figure out what the next move was with how do you process wax in a reasonable time as well as an affordable way to do it, because wax is only worth so much.
Yeah.
Kind of that byproduct. How do you process it and be able to utilize it without it costing you an arm and a leg? And then trying to figure out the rate of return on my money with $12,000 just wasn't adding up for me. So having a price point of around $3,000-ish doesn't seem so offensive compared to the other brands that are out there.
Yeah, I appreciate it. No, you're very right. That's 100% true. It's just, it's still $3,000 is $3,000. Just depends on what people want to spend. But absolutely, it's going to be we expect to be a great value and great quality. So B-Man, thank you. I will reach out to you on that press. And then Brent Branch Creek Bees. Hey, Brad.
Hey,
good to see you.
Joey.
So Brent Branch Creek there. Yeah, the reviews have been very good on our wax melter. And I've used it personally, and it really, really works nice. Now I would say it's for rendering, cappings and old comb and stuff. So it's kind of do the same thing. Kind of the result of what you're going to get out of that unit is going to be like a solar wax melter. So basically, it's like it does kind of the same job of a solar wax melter, it's much more efficiently, bigger quantities, etc. And so as far as somebody who's wanting really, really pure wax for candles or whatever, or sell the nice pretty beeswax blocks, you're going to want to render it again in a double boiler kind of thing or whatever, which I don't really have great options for at this point, to my shame. I should have come up with something a long time ago, but we can only do so much, I guess. But oh my, now it's really... My, now it's really going south here. We got Mike on. I tell you.
Hey, literally going south, John. Literally.
For real south. Hey, I like that look better with your finger over the camera, Mike. That's better.
Yeah. No, I was invited on, so I figured it was my duty. It was my duty to come on real quick.
Well, you are a man of duty. I know that.
Yeah, I want Joey, but Joey had a cold. He had something the other day, and now I've got it. I've been down all day, so I'm laid out. So it's Joey's fault. So I stopped through real quick to say,
you two been hanging out too much, huh?
It's a bad one. Yeah, we don't
there
go
goes the
about 4
neighborhood
meetings
there,
a
right,
month.
Paul? Yeah. Jack, real quick, Jack Ladotti there. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, that creamer. Yeah, we have creamers are hot. Creamers are crazy hot right now, and that's a good thing. It's just for good reason. I mean, they're just a great opportunity for beekeepers to add more value-added options, more stuff to their lineup, and so creaming
Absolutely.
honey is absolutely the name of the game. And so many of you guys
Oh,
are
yeah.
already doing that. I don't need to tell you that, but yeah. So we just launching right now this 20-gallon heated creamer, and yeah, it's that we're gonna struggle to keep them on the shelf. We're gonna have to really be pushing to keep both the 9-gallon unheated creamer as well as that 20-gallon heated in stock. So anyway, but thank you for that.
Hey,
Creamers
John,
are
and
something.
everybody, I want to underscore, John, you were just talking a minute ago about wax, melters and spinners, extruders, and presses and things. I wanted to underscore to everybody my experience. In my experience, the if I can think back at the equipment that I've purchased, that I am so glad I purchased. Most of it has to do with wax handling. You know, we concentrate a lot as beekeepers on honey production, honey extraction, straining, and packing and stuff like that. And we don't give much thought to wax handling. But wax handling can be such a pain in the backside if you don't approach it head on and actually do it deliberately. Get yourself a process and some equipment to handle that wax, whether it be separating the wax and the honey through whatever process. You've got clarifiers, you've got settling tanks, you've got spinners and extruders and presses and wax melters and all this kind of stuff. Set yourself up with put some investment in that. Don't underestimate what that equipment will do for you and what it'll save you. Because yeah, you can buy a good extractor, and that'll do the job for you. But your wax handling equipment may cost you a considerable amount more than your extractor, but it's going to make your life so much nicer, right? So I just wanted to throw that experience in there because I was thinking about my equipment that I have. I've only ever bought one brand new piece of equipment, and that's my wax melter. And I am in love with that piece of equipment. I'm absolutely in love with it.
Yeah. Real quick, Todd, Loma Vista there. Yeah, I guess I'm curious if you can respond here. Maybe I'm aware of that frame steamer. We have had a couple requests for a frame steamer there. Something to melt. Thank you. Something to melt wax off of frames. I guess. Am I wrong? I mean, I know. I mean, there are obviously beekeepers still use wax foundations out there, and I assume this is the people who are going to be wanting this. But I guess my assumption was this wasn't. I mean, it's a big thing in the European market. I can promise you that. Overseas, all over the world, outside the U.S., those frame cleaning units are kind of a big deal because that's a big need. But the U.S. market is so plastic foundation heavy, I didn't think that was really going to be a thing in the market. Todd, are you a wax foundation guy? Maybe you can respond to the comment there.
It's hard to do with plastic. I do that, and it's very tricky.
So have you done it with plastic? Put it in a steam wax melter?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
That's the whole thing.
Just
Not
warp
with a
it, yeah,
steamer.
or melt
Yeah,
it.
because
It'll warp it definitely.
the melting point of the wax is very close to the warping point of the
Right.
foundation.
That's what I
And
assume.
you have
Yeah.
to sneak up on that. So, and I get it wrong quite a bit.
Yeah, controlling that temp
careful.
would be extremely difficult if it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I don't do as many dipping like plastic as Jeff Harchoff does, but I dip mine in water with a couple inches of wax in it. And if you leave it in there too long, it's gonna come out bowed already.
Yeah.
It don't take long. And you just have to have that simmer. You can't get it really rolling hard. You just need that simmer and dip it down in there and come out with it.
You'll have to do the math if you're Fahrenheit people, which I think everybody here is. But my melter is set at about 70. Well, it depends on what I'm doing, but I can go between 68 and 72 Celsius on my melter, and anything closing in on 72 is when I start to warp some of that foundation. So
68
really
is 154 degrees, Brad.
yeah. So you see
That
that's
sounds right. Yeah.
that's hardly to where the wax will melt, right?
You have to have some fairly thick foundation, and I know there's some differences out there in thickness of foundations versus other brands. So, yeah, that would be tough. So I think, yeah, Todd, you did just reply there back.
Did he?
And he said, yeah, where was he?
No
here?
wax,
Okay,
but something
no
that
wax.
takes wax off plastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be a tough one to. There's only one frame I know out there, the 21st B frame, that's not going to warp.
Mm-hmm.
I've found the easiest method to dealing with frames that you need to rejuvenate is to chuck them into a burn pile and then buy new ones.
Yeah.
I endorse that response.
I had your money.
Acorn's about your thickest one. But other than that, chunk them all.
Whereas, where old Michael was on here earlier, and I think he
darted off.
I think he went home or something, so he's not here
I think his wife was scolding him.
Probably. Good old Michael. That guy, I love that guy. He's great. He's a real trooper. I see him at a lot of the conferences. He is really hustling that product. It's an amazing product. That beefiness of those frames.
Yeah.
Really top notch.
My wax melter that I actually bought a wax melter from a guy because it looked pretty nice, and I didn't seem to get around to building myself one. And the way he built it is it's made so you can fit deep frames in it, and you can fit, I think, 2 high and they're 2 or 3 deep. So you can do either 4 or 6 at a time. And so that's a solar wax melter. And for melting off, I don't use wax foundation, but I have comb honey frames that quite often I want to clean up. So I'll put them in there, and boy, that works nice. So if a guy's just got a solar wax melter that's built big enough to hold frames,
yeah,
that's a good answer.
Yeah, those solar wax melters work really well. Maybe not as good for somebody like Brad because he's going to have a very short season for that. But I can tell you, Melissa and I have 4 of John's solar wax melters, and those things pump out the wax. And honestly, I was skeptical at first, and I got to be honest with you, John. I was just like, I don't know. We bought one and tried it, and then our wax that we would do on cutouts and things of that nature just couldn't keep up. So we ended up buying more. And have 4 of them going pretty constantly. And I'm telling you, those things will pump out some clean wax. Believe it or not, if you put just a little paper towel on that screen edge that's down there, that's all it takes. And I'm telling you, it really doesn't take a whole lot more filtering beyond that to get them to the right area. So that's a very, very good investment for a very, very small amount of money. So if you all live in a good climate where it's not where it's sunny a lot, I'm telling you what, invest in one of those solar wax melters.
And it costs nothing to operate.
Yeah, I just keep it out there in the yard the whole time, and as I get burnt home, I go throw it in there, and it works like a champ.
That's why I
ran
mine,
it over with my truck. Ran it right over with the front wheel, and I slammed it back with a hammer. Yeah, it did good though. It bounced right back. It's a little warpy, but it still works.
Are you talking about the truck or the solar wax melter? You hammered it out?
Yeah, no, it didn't mess with that Ram. Don't talk about the Ram.
Well,
yeah, you got his Cummins. You can't be knocking that Cummins, Tom.
I did have to take this shot the other day. A squirrel chewed my wires up.
I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to say a word.
Yeah, Joey knows better.
Joey knows the Super Duty's top notch.
Oh, well, yeah.
No, Joey was riding in my truck when I was towing his camper. And he's got that brand new F-350, and as he was riding in that truck and we were pulling his camper over the hills, he looked over at me and goes, I want to trade my truck in now.
No, he doesn't.
What he
That's
said.
because he's running the gasser. If he throws a power stroke in that thing, he'll throw rocks at those Cummins motors.
You wish.
I think we digressed here, John.
Well, I'm kind of a Cummins guy now, and Mike is taking credit for that partly. So yeah.
Nobody needs.
You did call me at work. You did call me at work.
Right.
Called you at work. Oh man.
Right. Is that right, Mike? Nobody needs more than 6 cylinders.
That's right.
Six in a row, ready to tow.
6 in a row.
Nah, John's got a beast. John's got a beast. He got on it after he smoked me one time over in Texas with his exhaust, but then he got on it. That thing will run.
Yeah.
What are you driving, John?
Oh, I got a Ram 2500 with a Cummins, but I got tuned and deleted, and so it's
Okay.
It'll scoot pretty nice with that tune. You get that tune cranked up to about 200 horsepower increase, and it'll really move.
See,
Yeah,
if you
I got an
just
old
bought that
06
Super
that I
Duty, you could have
tuned
got
in.
it from factory with all that power.
I got an
Oh,
old
I know.
06
See,
that I
the
tuned.
Ford. You're right. You're not wrong there. I've had a 6.7 before too. The Ford, the Power Stroke. They're pretty nice. I'll admit that. But yeah.
Well, it's always good to put those new diesel engines on some weight loss programs and make them run a little better, a little smoother.
Yeah, I should have had my sanity checked. But that truck had 7,500 miles on it, brand new this year, and I cut her up. So
You
no more
probably did it at
warranty
a
for me.
service. I'm sure you did. You did that at a service, a long-term service. I'm sure it'll run better and
Yeah.
get more longevity out of that thing with all of that jazz.
Hopefully, none of the EPA guys are listening in tonight here.
I have one word
This
for
is
both
all
you Cummins
allegedly. None of
guys.
this happened. It's all allegedly.
I have one
Allegedly.
word for you Cummins guys. To address your grid heater nut. Okay, if you
Yep.
don't know about that, find out and address
Yeah.
it. That thing will grenade that nice engine in a.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So
Yeah, I got
fix that.
mine done. I put the Banks intake thing on there.
That's
It's pretty
definitely
sweet.
a good fix. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll solve the problem.
Smoker boxes, yes. Yeah, I think we're going to have a bunch of smoker boxes at the Bee Expo, Gary, Route 23. I'm not sure if you're going to be at the Bee Expo or not, but I believe we're going to have a nice stash of them there on display.
Ooh.
I don't know if I've even got those on the expo site or not, but I'll make sure we bring a couple pallets of them over there because I know they'll go quick.
Anybody that's got a smoker needs a smoker box.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, they're real nice too. They got a nice strong latch, but it's easy to open. That's what I like about it. It's got the little spot for the hive tool in the front though.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Some buckets of turbo
John,
feed. I'm getting ready to order tonight.
I had to get up a few times. Did you come back and talk about this one?
Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry, I forgot about that one. Yeah, the plastic bottom boards. Yeah, we were relaunching our Maximo plastic bottom board that we had a couple years ago. It was very popular. We're going to have a nice stash of those at the Bee Expo as well. And really nice, simple bottom board, affordable bottom board. And I'm also really excited that we have launched a new. I think we've only launched them just in the past, or we haven't have them up there yet. We're launching. They're going to be on the Expo site very soon if they're not up there already. But a new lid plastic cover and feeder combo. It's really, really slick. And so it's a plastic hive cover shell, and then it works in conjunction with a plastic top feeder. Really nice setup. So the feeder kind of takes the place of your inner cover as well. It's kind of designed to be a 365-day year-round feeder. So it's got a section for feeding dry feed or pollen sub, fondant, whatever. And it's also got a nice about 1.25 gallon capacity liquid feeder, kind of two separate compartments in there. And it fits, it all works in conjunction with that lid. So the lid is kind of an outer shell. It fits over top of it. And then the feeder is kind of part of that as well. It's a two-piece thing, but really, really slick, really nice quality, and pretty affordable too. I mean, it's about the same price or cheaper than a traditional outer cover and inner cover combo. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty and then a nice quality feeder built in. I'm a big fan of top feeders myself, and so I'm excited about that. It'll be a nice conjunction thing. I'll be selling, in conjunction with the plastic bottom board.
I'm really disadvantaged because I don't have good access to John's products. So I'm just sitting in the sidelines at everybody who's enjoying John's products and access to the new stuff and thinking, oh, if only.
We can ship them to an address in North Dakota, and you can just jump across the line and get them.
Well,
Yeah.
We've done that before. We've done that
Sneak under
before.
the fence.
shipping is not the problem. It's just, all
Yeah.
of the logistics. And
Yeah,
I'm not saying that that's John's fault or John's problem only. It's not at all. It's just international stuff.
I used to sell backrests years ago for a fella in South Carolina that built them, the driver backrest for a motorcycle. And I sold a lot of them for him. And a lot of people in Canada wanted them. And on top of the $15 shipping, I think we had to charge another $35. That was back in around the 2000.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, no doubt.
take another $30 from them just
No
to
doubt.
get it across the Canadian border.
Yeah, we've struggled with the Canada market. We have sold a decent amount into Canada, but very little this year. I think partly due to the tariffs and the political situation, and
There's no tariffs.
and also what's that?
There's no tariffs.
Yeah. What, did we get it fixed now?
Not on our side. There never was any.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. We really haven't. Yeah,
it's all this.
It's all the yeah.
There's no actual tariffs.
That I believe.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Then also when the USMCA, or you guys call it something different, but the replacement for NAFTA. Thank you.
Yeah.
That kind of kicked in the paperwork side thing too. So
yeah.
we kind of ran into some snags there and just never really got it hashed out, and the demand again kind of dropped this year. So we've had requests from Bee Made and from Innisfil Creek Honey and from Propolis, et cetera, several of the larger distributors in Canada about being dealers with us, and we've just kind of so far we've not really gone that route yet. We're struggling enough to keep the U.S. market, but yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually.
That's what I want to hear.
Thank you.
I was trying to sell you into Dancing Bee the other day, so.
Okay,
You didn't say no.
Todd, is that you're talking directly to Todd or somebody else?
Mike.
Okay, I don't know Mike. Yeah. Anyway, they're nice people though. I've run into Dancing Bee people a number of times. Yeah, real nice.
Mike
folks.
does actually a lot of the frontline footwork for that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so you'll probably see him at Nobby.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, very good. Yeah, good people, and they we really like the guys they're using here in the U.S. who they're selling through Hidden Hollow Honey. They got a partnership going with them, and those are some really good guys as well. We got good relationship with, good friendship with those guys. So it's a nice industry, really. I mean, overall, I mean, we us in our business and our industry, us distributors and suppliers kind of compete back and forth, and we might fight a little, but we have a lot of fun with it, and we usually on pretty friendly relationships. We try to stay on friendly relationships. Everybody.
My old 33 frame Kelly is looking pretty raggedy, and I'm thinking, a Max 48 would look good in that corner.
It would.
It would.
Brad, I don't have the 48, but I have 36, and it looks really good in the corner.
No, that thing is gorgeous.
That's a
beautiful extractor.
Because something you call a 48, like that's mediums, and I get the nomenclature, but I always have to make sure I understand the capacity for deeps because it's all I have. Mm-hmm. Right. So I don't know, what is the 30, what did you say, 36?
36 is what I have.
36.
32 deeps.
30, yeah, we rated at 32. It can hold 36 in a pit. It's a tight squeeze for 36 deeps, but it can 32 deeps.
And I'm running 33 now, so
okay. I think we rate that 48 frame at 44 deeps comfortably as well. So yeah.
And Mike, I stepped on you there, Mike. I'm sorry. What were you?
No. I was just saying it's a beautiful machine. I saw the finished products this year in actually Mississippi. Got rid of that one there, but last year he had the prototype up there, but it was just a more finished product, and it's massive. Mm-hmm. I mean, that thing is massive. It looked good in your shop, Brad. It really would. Well, it'd almost be worth the drive to North Dakota.
Yeah, if I'm going to bother to go through all that, it's going to be a 48. That's all I can say.
I like the way you think.
Tell me when you're going. I can get up to North Dakota. We're going to go vacation up there. We can bring one with us.
There you go, Mike. We can get together and we can make this happen.
All right, John. I need a flatbed.
All right. We'll work something out here.
Crate it up, John.
We can do it.
Now do something about our exchange rate, and then we might be able to make a deal.
Well, I can fix the exchange rate. Yeah, I got to work around the exchange rate problem. I hope nobody in your government's listening to this, but I can work around the exchange rate problem. It's just the freight problem. So.
Well, that's good to hear.
Hey, John, I was wondering if you would mention again, talking about the creamers. You have a 9-gallon and you have a 20-gallon, and you have one of the newer ones. I know we got one of the originals, but that one was the original we had purchased was not heated. But I believe you said you're 20, or you have a heated version of the 20-gallon. Is that correct?
Yeah, at this point, we just have the 2 creamer models. We have the 9-gallon. Yeah, our original creamer, which I think you probably have, was a 24-gallon unheated. Yeah. And then we we're switching fab shops, and so we got so many requests for a smaller creamer, so we launched this 9-gallon model about a year ago, I think, probably somewhere in there. It's been massively popular, and then but we've had some people still wanting a bigger creamer again, so we were were kind of getting the dialed in with the new manufacturer. We're starting with the 9-gallon, and that's been a great success. And so then this fall here, we are or close to winter time, I guess. We are launching as new 20-gallon heated. And so, yeah, I think our plan at this point is we're gonna if we offer an unheated one, which we probably will next year sometime, kind of start offering an unheated version. It's probably just going to be still a double jacketed one. We talked about this recently. I haven't fully decided yet, but I think what we may just do is use the same tank for both the heated and unheated versions. That the
Makes
unheated
sense.
version just won't have the heating system. It'll just have the that stuff just plugged up and cut off and then or shut off. And so then the nice thing is if a customer wants to do a heated one down the road, they could just purchase the heating element and the drain valve and a couple little hardware parts, and we'd have a kit, that would be affordable, and just be able to add that on. And so, and the beauty of a heated creamer is that, and it's really pretty affordable. It's just a little more than double the cost of the 9-gallon. It's more than double the capacity. It's also got, again, the heating system where you can use that for a stirrator for guys wanting to do flavored honeys, or just mix in some different batches of honey in together for same color and tech and whatever, and also for creaming, and for again, the main purpose of a heated creamer is to be able to heat that honey up and kill any crystals before creaming, as you all know. And so it's really a nice thing. But yeah, Peabody's Apiary, thank you so much. We really try to give excellent customer service, and we got a great team that really does a solid job, and we've learned that just good customer service is the name of the game. And sometimes it hurts. There can be times when doing the right thing is painful, but we really try to get it right. And we find that even when it is painful, 9 times out of 10 or 9.5 times out of 10 probably, that doing the right thing comes back around to you. And so even it creates loyal customers. It creates people like yourself on here saying nice things about us publicly. I so appreciate that's been a huge fuel of our growth over the past few years is just that word of mouth and people like you saying things. So appreciate that so much.
Hey John, how mad will Ben get if I ask him to reprogram mine? If he sent me a video on how to get it to the 25-minute mark. So I want to try some more things. You think he's going to get real upset with me if I ask for another? Because I heard he gets a little irritated sometimes, and I need to get it back to the 45-minute wait time.
Yeah, well, Ben's a busy man. He's the kid's only 19 years old. I think he's just turning 20 here next week. And he is an amazing guy. He's somebody that we rely on. He's actually one of my old Sunday school students. I've known him since he was real little. We hired him just out of high school. He graduated high school a year early at 17 years old. We hired him on full time to be a CAD designer and work in a shop. And within I'll just a rabbit trail here for a second. But anyway, and he within a year he was heading up our shop at 18 years old. I think, I don't know if he's even quite 18 yet, but so he's somebody we rely on a ton, both in tech support, with products like that, helping people out on stuff, as well as running the shop and CAD design, 3D printing. He handles all that. So he's a amazing guy, amazing employee. And so yeah, he gets a little busy, maybe can be a little quick sometimes on things, but he'll take care. I'll make sure he takes care. I mean, we can't do the great Mike Berry sitting without customer service here. So I'll be sure I could call you. I mean, because otherwise I just get a hold of your father-in-law, because he might be all right. Yeah, Kirk can certainly help you too. In fact, that might be the better way to do it, is get a hold of Kirk.
Right. You want me to show this picture?
It's got to be a quick flash, because it's going to go out on the video one day.
Okay. I'm just going to show this part first. Let me unplug my phone. Let me find me.
Just if
Tom and John,
I got to turn.
You're gonna have to flash it up.
All of you out there, Clay Bunner, Dodd House, some of y'all out there saying some nice things about us. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, I like that picture.
You want the other part to show, Mike?
You can slide it real quick. It's not gonna work. Keep on. Y'all catch that?
Hey, John. Hey, listen. Wait till me and John see you, Mike. I'm going to hold you, and he's going to hit you.
I like that. I like that. He's making that product better.
I was going to say, he likes that.
Improvement.
I made it better. And so I got it set at 93 degrees and it goes about 6/10 higher and maybe 3/10 lower, and all the thermometers all match now. Before I was having 10 and 12 degree swings, and that's a lot when you're trying to keep your honey at a certain temperature.
Hey, Mike, you know what? When one company won't take care of you, another company will.
I'm not going to say they didn't. They did send me a new one when I had the big swing. I'm not going to say they didn't do that. I'll never bash it. But what I'm saying is the equipment. The first time, no, they didn't. But he did later, so I'm not going to say that about him. But the equipment isn't. It's too antiquated to keep it where I want it. And maybe it has worked for years, but I'm particular about stuff, so that's why I did that.
Yeah.
Well, I said, John, what's that MP? What's the size of those threads when we were in Mississippi? I said, what's the size of those threads on that tank, by the way, on that clarifying? He's like, 1 inch MPT. I said, oh, that's interesting. So I went home the next day after the conference and looked it up, and it worked great. So.
Yeah, I like that combination. That's a good. Yeah, we got, like you, Mike, we got nothing bad to say about any competitors out there. We there's room for everybody, and everybody does some things well. Maxon certainly does a lot of things well. They got a great quality product. I won't bash them. We try to do the best we can do, and with product design and quality and customer service and price point. But everybody out there is doing what they can do, and we all have our high points and our low points. But sorry I missed it. So be amazing hives. Yes. Thank you. I'll look forward to seeing you at Nobby. And yes, the new bottom-driven strategy will really like them. And then as far as Western Pennsylvania, I think we're planning to be there. I got to check on that and get with Jennifer, our sales manager. I think she covered that one this year. We'll see. I expect we'll be there again. Can't be certain on that, but some things changed a little bit with our move to Tennessee here. It kind of made some changes, a little bit of how we cover conferences, but as our team grows, we're continuing to try to cover more and more every year. So it's a little hard to get everywhere. And Mike, we enjoyed having Mike helped us with 3 conferences this year. Mike, I think you helped us with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes we pull in some heavy hitters like Mike to help us out. Hillco logo sticker off the backing paper. Is that a problem? I'm sorry, I didn't know about that. Maybe it is. I guess just grow your fingernails a little bit longer. Maybe I'm not sure what to say. What's the trick? I don't know, Uncle Junior. Sorry.
Gotta get creative.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I have trouble like that, I get my wife or one of the grandkids to do it for me.
Yeah. Not sure what to say on that one.
I've never tried to take one apart. I need to go try it now. That's going to make me want to try it.
Yeah. The ones I've done, I haven't really had an issue. Maybe I grew my fingernails too long like a girl. I don't know.
Hold on.
You got 39 of them. Wow. That's a lot of orders, Uncle Junior. Thank you for that. Yeah, we did just start this year, I believe. I can't take credit for this idea, but it's a great one. I think our head of marketing came up with this. Joey Green, a beekeeper from Burlington, North Carolina. He might be on here tonight. Green, if you're on here, shout out in the comments. But Joey Green is our head of marketing. He just joined us this year. He's absolutely fabulous guy, amazing addition to our team. He's been a huge contribution, and so I think it was his idea to start putting a Hillco sticker in with every order. We're trying to put them in with every order at least. And they've been very popular. People just like having a random sticker to put on whatever old thing laying around. And so it's just, I'll say this just real quick. It's been such an honor. And here we got Gary Route 23 asking for a Hillco hat. I'll see what I can do on that for you. But the idea that the fact that we have been able to build a brand that people are proud to show off and support is such an honor. It's extremely humbling and gratifying. I'm so thankful to an awful lot of people for helping us do that. Baker Bees, the giveaway this year, I assume you're talking about the Bee Expo. I am not going to divulge the giveaway item. We have in the past, maybe I'm not sure if that's what you're asking about specifically. In the past, we have given away hive tools, bee veils, ball caps. One year we got some flack about the ball caps because the folks selling souvenirs were mad at us because we were taking away their business by giving away free hats, I guess. But anyway, so Cayman had to kind of put the kibosh to that. But anyway, Hillco sticker, my 800E. Oh yeah, that's an old one there. 800E is an early model. Russell Koopman, good to see you. Anyway, where was I going? Oh yeah, but we have got a dynamite little giveaway item this year to give away to any attendee that comes by our booth, whether you buy something or not. I'm really, really excited about it. I'm not going to divulge what it is. Sorry about that, but and then we are also. Yeah, I think last year I haven't actually thought about this yet. I need to get this done. I get this ironed out. There's not really much to do, but last year I think we did a giveaway of a $3,000 shopping spree at the expo as well. I think we had QR codes where people signed up at the booth there. If you stop by the booth, just sign up with the QR code and a simple form just on your phone you could fill out, and that buttermilk bees. There's Joey Green. That's our man here, head of marketing. He's the genius behind the stickers. He's telling you how to get them stickers on. Anyway, but yeah, I think we're going to do a shopping spree, at least one giveaway of a shopping spree. Again, maybe we'll add even another smaller dollar increment in there as a second prize or something. That was a lot of fun last year, and so I expect we'll be doing that again as well. So yes, absolutely stop by our booth. We spend a lot of money on the giveaways, but again, we feel that comes back to us as well, and we don't want to come in second place at the Bee Expo, and so we definitely pull out all the stops. I think we're putting about $20,000 at least into giveaways for the Bee Expo, and so yeah, we don't spare the coin for that event, but we like to make a splash. Yeah. So yeah, Paul, you got one of them old 800 extractors as well. Yeah, I thank you. When you have conference in Texas, you need any help? Yeah, burnt branch creek bees. That's a mouthful. Yes, thank you for that. I'll yeah, if you want to shoot me an email, or tell me who your name is. If you want to divulge your name here, I'm not sure who you are. I can certainly keep that in mind. I appreciate that. And then yeah, Paul and Russell, yeah, those old extractors. That was our first, that 800E. I don't think we called it the 800E from the get-go. With that 8-frame radial extractor with the stainless steel frame individual baskets in there. That was our bread and butter extractor for our first year or so in business. That was my main thing. It was a kind of a big machine. It was about the size of our Max 21 is now, but it only held 8 frames. And later on, we started adding baskets in between to hold up to 16 mediums. And yeah, that was our bread and butter machine there for a while. It's a good machine. We got a lot of them out there, and then we kind of keep building from there. Don't spend all your advertising money before you get to Madison. Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, I know sometimes other conferences get a little bit jealous of the amount of time and money we spend on the Bee Expo, and I can completely understand that. But yeah, it's just the Bee Expo is in a league all of its own, as everybody that's been there knows. And so it's just we can't do what we do for the Bee Expo at every conference. Just no two ways about it. And so yeah, we kind of got to strike a balance where we put a whole lot of effort into one, and we try to balance what we do at the other events, the other state level events and regional events. It's just a little bit hard to get. I mean, if we put too much effort into any one of them, then we can't get to as many. And so we try to find our balance over time of how much stuff we take, what kind of pre-order deals we offer, etc. Peabody's apiary, as far as the creamer, I don't know that we're going to go any smaller than the 9-gallon we currently have. It just really isn't going to save. It can do a 2 or 3 gallon batch. That's what we recommend as the minimum size, the minimum batch size for the 9-gallon creamer. I really am not going to save you any money by going with a smaller creamer, because it's basically just a slightly smaller tank. 5-gallon tank or whatever we'd end up doing. Probably, I wouldn't think we'd do anything smaller than 5 gallons. It's really not going to save any amount of money at all. So I don't think we're going to go any smaller than 9-gallon at this point.
2.5 gallons does perfect in it, and you can fill it with just the honey before you put your seed in, just above the lowest paddle.
See you, Jeff.
Above the highest tip, and when you fill it to that, and then add your seed, I can do 4 cases of 9-ounce jars with that, and that's a perfect size. Now cinnamon, I may do 4 gallons next time because it sells so much more. But that thing will do 2.5 gallons beautifully, and that's, anything less than that, you really just use a mixer, honestly, because I don't see how it could be cost effective to make anything much smaller.
Yeah, I would also encourage them too on the creamed honey. That's a really, really hot, popular thing here in North America now. And I'm telling you, you can really actually up your game and get more return on your investment with just regular, rather than just selling regular liquid honey. You can now sell a creamed honey and actually really profit on that a lot more. So I'm telling you, with the first batch that Melissa and I did, we had purchased from our EMBA conference where John was packing it up. We had the speed fill and we had the creamer that we had already pre-ordered. I took both of those products, and with the additional monies that we had earned on that from what I would have normally sold liquid honey, with one full batch, I paid for the entire creamer, and I think it was 2/3 of the actual speed fill with one full batch. Now, for reference, I got the 24 gallon. So that just goes to show you there's a really good return on investment there. So don't undercut that. Definitely try to push that to your customers. And I'm telling you that those machines will pay for themselves in short order. I can definitely vouch for that.
Yeah, they really do. I appreciate it, Tom. And Uncle Junior there to answer your question about the expo. I think I understand your question correctly. It's so we're gonna have you're gonna go up to the checkout lane, which we're adding additional checkout staff this year and additional space for people to be lined up for the checkout. We're going to try to keep those lines as short as possible. Every year we're continuing to try and dial this process into the B Expo and do it better and better. And so you'll go up to the checkout booth, the checkout counter. You should have 4 people there ringing customers up. You'll tell them what you want. They'll ring you up, and then you'll go around back behind the booth to the order pickup area where we'll be processing both pre-orders as well as orders that are purchased right there at the expo. And that's where you get your stuff. We are not going to be selling anything directly out of the booth. You're not going to be picking up stuff physically in the booth and say, I want to buy this. I'm taking out of the booth with me right now. It just we've had just too many problems with confusion and issues before when people are taking stuff out generally. So anyway, yes, you're going to go around behind the back there and then they'll set you up. We are going to have a loadout door, a customer pickup door very close to our booth. We'll be able to get you very, very close to the booth there to pick up your stuff. We're going to have obviously our very popular carts there to help, and we'll have staff there to help you load if you got some bigger items, etc. So we're truly trying to dial in this thing more and more every year, and it's become as much of a well-oiled machine as we can. It's a lot of action, a lot of product changing hands in a couple of days time, but we pull out all the stops. We bring as many people as we can, and we bring equipment. We're going to have a forklift of our own there this year, buku pallet jacks, and we're going to have pallet racking. I think we had the pallet racking last year as well. But I mean, we set up a whole mini warehouse operation there in a very short period of time to process, semi loads and semi loads of orders. It's going to be, probably 11 or 12 semis this year coming down. So it's we put a lot of effort in the B Expo, but it really pays off. It's a really exciting thing.
Hey, so Cajun Homestead.
I do think he needs to make sure he pre-orders though. I think a pre-order is the way to go for Uncle Junior.
Yeah, I would recommend it. That's a good point, Mike. I appreciate that. Yeah, I would. Pre-orders are running until next Wednesday, midnight next Wednesday, the 17th. Pre-orders are being cut off. So yes, if you are able to pre-order, if you're willing and able to pre-order, we do recommend that because there are certain products that are going to sell out quick. And at this point, I think all of our main products, we should still have some product at the B Expo to sell, but it's some of that stuff, creamers especially, are always in short supply. So yeah, pre-ordering is the name of the game to be sure you can go. Real quick, as far as Hillco South, Paul, we need to get on that to get a Mississippi. We are planning a Tennessee location for next spring, but that's still a little ways from you, I suppose. You were calling out this Cajun Homestead. There are a couple of guys selling seed honey at the B Expo. I think Kevin Monfelt goes by B Bum, I believe, is going to be selling some, as well as Byron Ferris, I believe, will be selling seed honey as well. And somebody else mentioned Cox. That was you, Tom. Sorry. Yeah, Cox. We thought the Cox stuff, Tom, I don't know how you feel. We thought that the Cox stuff was a little thick. I wasn't real impressed with that. We ended up mixing it, but then I thought the Byron's was a little bit on the thin side, a little soupy for my liking. Everybody's got different preferences, so I'm not meaning to knock anybody there. But we ended up kind of mixing the two, and I really liked what we came out with there. But again, everybody has their own methods and tastes and desire. Yeah,
That has a lot to do with nectar source.
Yes.
And moisture content is how it sets. Even creaming my honey, same honey, exactly the same, batch after batch, it's all a little bit different as far as, to get it creamed just right. So.
On JL's question here, what do you get for a pound of creamed honey? I sell a half a pound of creamed honey for the price of what a pound of running honey is in my area. I'm not going to give the price because it's different everywhere you go. To me, 8 ounces of creamed honey is worth at least the amount of 1 pound of liquid honey.
Yeah, we get a pretty good amount for it too. We sell.
So you're saying a 30%? Did you say how much percent upcharge, Joey?
100%.
100%.
Actually, yeah.
Wow.
2 to 1. 2 to 1.
What is it? 10 ounces, Melissa? Ours is a 10 ounce. It's similar to what Byron's is, not quite as big as this, but it's 10 ounces, and we get $15 for that. So just for reference, it actually works out pretty well.
So yeah, at least a 50. I say most people are probably at least a 50%, upcharge is what I've seen probably.
Now, I will say this
over liquid honey.
Make sure that you have really good creamed honey. So first of all, make sure you have a very good tasting honey to start, and make sure that your creaming process and all is very smooth. If it's kind of jagged and tastes like a crystallized honey, that's not a good creamed honey. So make sure it's really, really smooth, and the texture is very nice, and it's got a really good feels like in your mouth, and you can get premium dollar for it for sure.
Yeah, I think, and this is another thing, I think that people need to realize. I think most people on here probably already know this. I'm hopefully preaching to the choir, but I mean, it's value-added selling. It's add-ons. It's more stuff. The more options you have, the more flavors you have, the more things you have, the more money you're going to get out of your customers. I mean, when you just have, liquid honey out there in 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, container sizes, it's not too exciting. But when you start adding creamed honey, and you add a flavored creamed honey, and then you add a hot honey, a hot liquid honey, or whatever, all these things, that person's going to, instead of buying 1 jar of honey, going to try 2 or 3 or 4 different things from you, at your farmers markets, at your events. And that's what, even in our business model, that's how we grow, right? As we add more products, we keep people coming back. We give them a reason to come back, and excitement, some reason for them to want to see what, via honeybees or any of these people out there, any of y'all out there, what you have next, right? And that's what you want to keep them coming back. You want to keep that engagement, and so there's so much opportunity with these additional revenue streams from creamed honey, flavored honeys, all these different options. It's really, really cool stuff.
Appreciate that, Uncle Junior.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gary. Creamed honey, that's what I would prefer, the texture of creamed honey, about a peanut butter texture. Again, everybody has probably a little bit different view of how that should be.
Creamed out to Todd in California, some of my creamed honey, and he tasted that, and he said to me, that stuff's like Cool Whip, he said. It was really nice, I'll tell you.
John, do y'all make it at your business? Do y'all make creamed honey?
We've dabbled in it some, not as a regular thing, but yeah, I got okay. In fact, my general manager up there in Illinois, Rollin, he's been the one done most of it. We kind of worked on a couple batches together this spring when I was still up there. But he's usually got a batch going of quite a bit of creamed honey in our 9-gallon creamer.
Do y'all have kind of a general process of what y'all go through when you do it? How long do this? How long do that?
Yeah, we were going pretty simple with it. I mean, about a 10% seed ratio, as most people are doing. Just kind of get it in there and And again, we kind of mixed a couple different seeds together to get the texture of seed we were looking for, and I mean, and runniness of thickness and so on. And ran in there. I think the batches that I was involved in, we ran about 10 days. And I think we could have took it out earlier than that, and then just basically just pulled it out in the speed. We had a speed fill hooked up to it, and containerized in the little clear containers and put in the refrigerator. We did some experimenting in our warming and cooling cabinet. A lot of people do the 55 to 57 degree temps on curing. We did some experimenting. We've heard also some people that wanted to do more like a 34 degree temp for the curing. We found we really liked the 34 degree temp a lot better. We felt like it set up nicer and more consistently at the cooler temp than the warmer temp. But I have not done too many batches or been involved in too many batches, so I can't. I'm not far from a creamed honey expert, but yeah, overall, relatively simple. I mean, there's artisans out there. Tom, I don't know how many of you all are kind of have got this dialed into a fine art. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, mine is real smooth, but I can take it out after like 2 weeks in the refrigerator at 55 degrees ish, and set it on the shelf, and it'll stay like that forever, or at least
Okay.
almost a year. I've had some sitting right here almost a year. It's about gone. I've been using all that for seed.
Okay.
But it's kind of hard when you start dipping in there with a spoon.
Right.
But it's real smooth.
Nice.
And I'd like to get it a little bit easier to dip out.
A little softer. Yeah. We find on the speed, you can mess with.
Leaving it in the refrigerator too long had something to do with that, or spinning it too long had something to do with it. I don't know.
Hey, John, I have a question for you. I'm looking at on your website the 20-gallon heated creamer, and it's hard for me to tell. Can you hook a speed fill straight to that, the 1.5-inch hose? That
you can, using our shutoff valve adapter.
Okay,
so we have a special valve that some of y'all know about already that is designed to hook up our honey tanks to our speed fill. And it basically does this, a big hunk of stainless steel with a butterfly valve built in. So it does the adapting of the tank to the speed fill hose, as well as gives you a shutoff, which is certainly something you want when you are connecting those two things. But yeah, those are super popular. We got a lot of customers that love that concept, and we use them ourselves. They just are really, really slick to be able to hook it directly. You're not messing around with a hose stuck into your tank or into your bucket, and the hose wanting to curl up on you and try and suck in air or whatever. Just draws off the very bottom of the tank, and you pretty much get all the honey out of your tank, and they just work awfully good. You can shut them off when you're not using them, so you're not getting any siphoning or any kind of pressure, pushing through your machine when you're not using it. And that's a very popular combination. Anyone wants a heated bottling tank or even a creamer or unheated tanks with that speed fill has been extremely, extremely dynamite for a lot of folks. They just really work nice.
Yeah. Well, I only asked because that's exactly what we have on our 20-gallon unheated creamer that we had gotten from you, and that runs out of there. I didn't know if the newer one had the exact same opening and setup down there to do the same. So I think when I bought them, I bought 2 of those from you. So I've got an extra one downstairs. So we'll be able to utilize that on another creamer, because we're strongly looking at a heated creamer.
Well,
we utilize the dice method. So we're trying to simplify the process. If we already have a tank that can heat it up to kill all those crystals, rather than heating on the stove and putting it in there, it's a win-win. It's too much effort, aggravation going from one spot to another. If we can throw it in there, heat it up on its own, set it, forget it. That's what we're interested in doing. So
absolutely. Yeah. Makes sense.
Here's my plan. Mike is going to get where he's got to make more than 9 gallons. And
I see where you're going with this.
I'm going to put dibs on the one he has.
Look out, Mike. He's going to Tom Sawyer you.
And I'm going to borrow it for a few years.
I tried to loan it to him. He wouldn't borrow it while I was on vacation because he knew he'd go and order one if I didn't. Yeah, exactly. He was going to borrow mine. For sure.
Somebody got a bead buzzing up against their camera or something here?
No, that's my hard drive. Oh. I backed it up last night because it's about to go. And
you get yourself a solid state drive on that thing, Mike.
Yeah, I need a new laptop.
Well, hey, Philip.
I was working on Working on a video. So there it goes. I'm on mute.
Yeah, Huff's honey there. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, we have been talking about doing something. I think we're going to work on something next year. In fact, if my man Joey Green, Buttermilk Bees, is still on here, he's gonna. Yeah, I know his ears are gonna perk up about that. We are definitely talking about doing some of that. We are also planning to set. Hey, see her, Randy. We are planning to actually at the Bee Expo do a little bit of honey house setup displays there, kind of showing things kind of connected together. I've been a little hesitant to do that in the past, honestly, because anytime, I guess, we're also starting to talk about putting some kits together where, hey, here's a, mid-level extracting kit. Here's a small and entry-level extracting kit. Here's a high-level extracting kit with, the size extractor, uncapping tank, honey pump, all the things you might need for that size operation. And then, when it comes to some of the creamers and tanks and speed fill, there's so many ways you can go. I guess I've been a little hesitant about some of that, just not wanting to kind of, I'm trying to think of the right term,
It's
but
hard to make assumptions about what someone else's workflow
yeah,
and business model and stuff is, because
right.
there's so many options.
There are, but at the same time, I do think there is some benefit for sure in giving people some guidance on that. Like, for example, I have people call all the time, right, that we talk to that are wondering, what do I need? I had a lady the other day that was wondering, well, hey, I'm pumping, I'm got your speed fill. I want to pump out of a barrel. Do I need a heated bottling tank and a honey pump? And I'm like, well, I'd love to sell you a heated bottling tank and a honey pump, but you really don't need it because as long as your honey in that barrel is liquefied and you don't have to worry about pumping crystallized honey into your bottles that you got to deal with later. I mean, that machine will pump it right out of your barrel and you're good to go. And then we also talk to people who are buying a clarifier. Okay, how do I set that up? How do I get honey from the clarifier into a barrel or larger settling tank or whatever? And well, there's your honey pump and your float switch. And so, yeah, we do plan to do some more work on some of those things, of some better guidance, and again, maybe some kitting type stuff to kind of help folks figure some of that out. Again, to your point though, Brad, there's so many different variations of what people do. But yeah, maybe we'll just try and do some more guidance on that, I think.
If anybody wants to see what some of John's equipment looks like, going from a clarifier with an automatic float setup being pumped into a barrel, go to Via Honeybee's YouTube channel and you can view it right on there. We have a newer video that's supposed to be uploaded at some point in time that we have to go through. But we had done one from last year. We redid it a little bit with a few things that we adjusted with John's stuff, and that we haven't released that video yet, but it also has some of JL Apiary stuff in there too.
I don't have John's equipment on my channel, so I can't plug my channel here.
Shucks.
Yeah.
Mike, you want to join in there and plug your channel?
Hey,
with
Brad,
all the Hillco
maybe next
stuff?
time.
Yeah, they know my channel. I got all. Yeah, I tell you what, that clarifier, it honestly it changed my whole operation now. Like, I'm actually going to go on vacation 4 days earlier next year, and with a float switch and some drums and some buckets standing by, it's all auto, man.
And look at this guy. Nice. I like it.
He got the Hillco sticker. Yeah, but I got a good video on that clarifier, and I explained it up and down and all around and how it works. So
I got this antique. I'm going to sell this as an antique one day. Recognize that one, right, John?
Yeah. Yep. That was a thing. Yeah, we've experimented with a lot of things over the years, and I thought this was about, I want to say 3 years ago when we were driving home from, it wasn't even the Bee Expo yet, it was the Hive Life conference, and my father-in-law and I were talking, and I'm like, I think we really need to do a 3D printed dripless valve. I think we could do dynamite. I think we could sell them so cheap and make them so simple for people and stuff, and yeah, it became less and less 3D printed until we kind of completely ditched plastic parts and went entirely back to stainless, to an all stainless dripless valve. We still it's still a pretty affordable valve, but yeah, the plastic parts just didn't quite work out as well as I would have liked. Yours is still working, I hope.
I've had no issues out of mine. None at all.
Philip's got a good one right there behind him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
See
where you
if I
got
can-
that from?
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get, yep.
Wonder where you got that one.
I know where I got that one from JR.
Good old JR, huh? Nice.
You need a valve and a speed fill hooked to that thing.
Yeah.
I had to do some custom filling, and then I had to do some again yesterday. And I'm telling you what, I sat down, got my first one right, and did in about 2 to 3 minutes. I had 12 of them filled, custom filled, and done, and was out the door. I mean, man, that thing is nice.
My only issue with the speed fill is I bottle so many different, I guess, types, or we do single source, so we have 3 yards and we do them in all different.
You put a barb and a valve on every single one of those buckets, and then you can just switch the hose back and forth.
Yeah,
You can even do a 3-way valve. You can do a 3-way valve.
Out.
It clears it back out.
Clear it out.
It's
Hey,
really
Philip,
nice.
they're giving you all bad advice. This is what you do, okay? Pay close attention. First of all, I'm not sponsored by Hillco. That's my blah, 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 blah.
Buy another speed
Buy
fill.
more of those
You want me to mute him,
devices.
John?
Right?
I'm gonna mute him.
Individualize each one.
Yeah. They have to clean this thing out.
Paul's joining in with you there. Yeah, I like that. It's amazing how many others. Yeah, there's Dodd there as well. But we do have some people getting awful creative. In fact, our my head guy up there in Illinois at our facility up there, Rollin, he's also kind of my tech support guy for the speed fill, and he's got 2 or 3 speed fills all hooked up to in line with different valves and stuff and a whole. So yeah, people get so creative with different valves and piping and fittings and stuff to be able to hook up multiple tanks, or some people want to do keep the dripless valve for some occasional bottling, but then tie it into the speed fill. So they're doing some T stuff and that, and there's a lot of creativity out there to make it all work.
Yeah. When I first got on this, you guys were talking creamed honey, and I thought it was funny because we were getting ready for the market, and we had I don't know, I'd shared on one of these lives that I was having trouble with some moisture in one of my honeys, and JW solved it for me that it had too high moisture content, so it was foaming up. So anyway, I solved that problem, but when I dumped all that in my bottling tank, I'd left a little bit, you know how you never get it all out of the bucket and it all runs back down to the bottom. Well, we had put a cap on that bucket and it just slid it on the table and forgot about it. And so I was just kind of cleaning up around here, and I pulled it out, and that honey that was all probably 3/8 or maybe a ½ inch on the bottom of that bucket had all crystallized. So I was like, well, we really want to heat this up and re-liquefy it. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to pour it in jars just like it is. So this is where it came out. And I hadn't done anything to this. This is actually pretty small crystals for just naturally crystallized. It'll stick to the thing. So I decided I would use this. I take it to the market with me today. I don't sell any creamed honey, but I would use this to just show people that creamed honey, not creamed honey, but crystallized honey is not that big of a deal. If so I would put this on here and I would let them taste it. And man, when they would taste it, they're like, "Do you have any of that for sale?" I'm like, "No, I'm sorry." My whole point was to
Philip, you reel them in and you let them down.
No, I'd have cream.
Sounds like you need a creamer.
I could have sold a boatload of it today.
You need a speed fill and a creamer now.
See?
Bill missed the part of the bait and switch.
Hey, John, what else do you need to sell tonight?
Our sales are rolling in here, let me tell you. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, in my opinion, you don't need John's creamer. You just need to leave a ½ inch in the bottom of a bucket and forget about it on the table for a month. But then you'll only get about 3 jars. You'll get about 3 jars this size. It'll take a long time to do it that way.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, John, that speed fill that I got from you in February made a huge difference. It really has. That thing is amazing. It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Todd. They are really fabulous. They've been one of our most popular products, and yeah, just really been a hit, a really big hit, and just a game changer for a lot of people. I mean, it just works good. It's relatively easy to set up and use, and yeah, they just really. It's a speed fill. It really speeds up the filling. Just accuracy. It just really works. It's been a dynamite product.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are again working on 2 more versions of it that we'll be launching, showing off at the Bee Expo. We're coming out with a smaller, a more economy version, a simpler version. Is just going to work off of time, and it's going to be a manual. You got to manually push a button every time to cycle it, and you're just going to set a timer on it, and it's going to be down to tenths of a second, or maybe I think it's tenths of a second. So basically just going off a timer. It's just going to figure out how long it takes you to fill your 1 pound bottle and set that as your timer, and just cycle it every time. So just a little bit more economical, a little bit simpler for folks who like simple. And then we're also coming out with a Speed Fill Plus, we're calling it, which is basically the same mechanicals as the current model, the current Speed Fill XL that we're selling, but it's going to be a little bit different with a touchscreen configuration. So a little bit easier. I mean, the settings on the current one really aren't bad at all, but this is going to be even easier to set. It's going to have 8 presets instead of just 4. So yeah, it's going to be a nice upgrade as well. We'll be launching that at the Bee Expo here as well. Oh boy, now he wants a creamer here. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we need to. Somebody was asking about creamers going on sale. I don't have any plans to run any sales on creamers at the moment. The supply and the demand is pretty strong, and not that I don't want to do a sale, but I just I'm selling them faster than I can bring them in, frankly, at this point. So, yes, we'll be in the Midwest in Wisconsin the first week in February. You're right, Tom. Believe it or not, they're having me as a speaker at that event.
I heard that. I'm gonna be front row throwing tomatoes.
In the bottom of the barrel. Let me tell you, they're desperate, hard up for speakers.
And then, John, where are you going to be at the 3rd weekend of February?
Well, I'm planning on being in St. Louis, I think. Jennifer and I were just talking about that the other day. I guess I can't get out of it now. I just said so.
You can't. I'll come up to your house and throw rocks through your windows.
All right.
I may have to try to go to that one.
Yeah.
So you can pre-order stuff to be ahead of John being there in February at the EMBA in St. Louis. Pre-order stuff. He'll bring a trailer load or 2 out there if you guys order it.
We'll do the best we can. Yeah.
You talking there too, or just going to?
No. Tom's not that hard up for speakers. No, I'll just
Are you kidding? John talks everywhere he goes. That's what he does.
I definitely talk. I definitely run my mouth.
That's how he sells equipment. John, just for reference, John will have an entire room, a large scale room at the EMBA conference. It's not just a small vendor booth. It's an entire room to showcase all this cool stuff. So he's going to bring a big trailer.
Yes, the expectations are high. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely are high. We went first class, John. Nothing less.
See, at the Bee Expo, I'm doing 4,000 square feet. I don't think you're giving me that much space, are you?
No, we don't need that much space. First class for a small conference.
Okay, no, it is.
And when I say small, I'm talking 400. So
we like that event. No, you do a great job at that event. It's definitely one of the better regional or state level events. It's not even. I guess it's just Eastern Missouri too. So as far as it's
a St. Louis club. It's the largest.
Definitely, you guys are punching above your weight there for that event. I can promise you that. I mean, compared to some other ones we see, and Hillco City. That's exactly right. So it's a conference within a conference. Yeah, Madison, Roy, we need to get on the stick about some of these smaller conferences. Yeah, we will definitely do some pre-orders. Like generally for those conferences, we generally do kind of do a 10% discount for either pre-ordered products or stuff purchased at the event. I'm not probably planning on doing special deals beyond that for the Midwest Honeybee Expo. So I hope that can work. But yeah, we will be planning on bringing a big trailer with plenty of stuff there to Wisconsin.
Well, I'm so glad to see Philip didn't land in Walmart jail after last night's hijinks. So good to see you, Philip. I wish. Did you go buy some coffee filters though?
I haven't been, and I'll tell you what, I generally avoid Walmart as much as possible. It was kind of fun having you guys along for that trip. But yeah, Paul at Hell Hive sent me a picture of the paper bags at Walmart, and he said found them on his text.
Yeah.
Can you let the rest of us in on this situation, or?
Yeah,
It was the weirdest live stream you've ever seen, John. It was just totally weird.
it was
Okay.
pretty fun.
There's some guy in California looking up the location of products in Walmart in Texas, and there's
Yep.
some guy in Texas live streaming him trying to find the products.
I'm
Yeah.
going. I was aisle 22 or 21.
I knew the aisle. I just
It
didn't
was
know
like
to look
some,
down.
it was like some weird game show or something. But we weren't sure the point of the game.
Here's the thing, John. I was getting ready for market this morning, and I ordered bags off of Amazon, and they sent me just the wrong thing. So I was like, I got to have something. So I said, well, let me just go to Walmart and get those bags there. And Noah had looked them up. He told me they were on aisle A22. So I told the guys, I was on the live stream. I said, look, guys, I'm going to Walmart. I'll just take you in the car with me. But when we got there, there's this ongoing gag that Todd and Tim Blake over at Gunline have about when they go into Walmart, they point at the camera and go like this. And it trips the security up so that people follow them around the whole time they're there.
Oh
So
my!
I offered to do that when I walked in so we could see what happened. And after we got in, it was like I couldn't find what I wanted. It was right where it was supposed to be, but I'm a real good shopper like that. And I walked up and down that aisle many times, and Todd got online to find it and help me from California. And then Lisa Grammy, she told me it was right by the wraps, and so I went down all over the store looking for wraps. Well, they were on that same aisle. It was like a bad Benny Hill show.
Oh my! Oh my!
Well, I hate to say this, fellas, but rumor is that poor old Charlie Thomas is now banned from YouTube forever over that.
Demonetized. Yeah. It's against community standards.
Oh well.
That's worse being in hive beetle jail. I can tell you that. Maybe done forever.
Charlie's here, but he's being very quiet.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
laying low after that video.
You guys want me to show our booth map for the conference, for the expo?
Sure.
Fire away.
Can I share my screen here? I don't know. Am I allowed to do that? Yeah. Let's see
You
here.
should be able to.
See how this works. There we go. 4,000 square feet of Hillco goodness right there.
All right. I see two of them. Hang on. What is that?
Hold on. Hey, Joey, Melissa queued up
Okay.
the
Right.
raffle thing for the dinner on
I got
Wednesday
it.
night.
I see
So
it.
you can show that later.
Okay. Sorry. Is it showing mine now? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I don't know if y'all can see this or not. It's probably hard to zoom in, but yeah. So we got 4,000 square feet here, and then behind this area here, there's going to be an aisle, and there's going to be about 12,000 square feet of warehouse area where we're processing all the product and pre-orders and stock. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff here. We got more checkout space than ever here because we've had problems in the past with not having enough space for
Did you
people
see
to line up
Vianney's?
to check out. Say what?
I'm sorry. I was talking
Oh,
to
you're
Melissa.
fine. You're fine.
Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, not much to show here. We just got, we're working at digging and dialing it all in and getting it all set up and making sure we got enough stuff there. So,
Hey, John, how long does that take you to set all that up?
we should have. Well, so we start bringing in product. We will bring our first semis in on. I'm not sharing anymore, right?
No, you're not.
Okay.
You took it off.
Yeah, we'll we bring in our first semis in on Monday of that week. We'll start bringing in product on Tuesday. We start setting up the booth usually on Wednesday. So yeah, usually between Wednesdays, just about a day and a half. So we get the lion's. We try to get the lion's share of it done on Wednesday, and then Thursday morning before the conference starts at noon on Thursday, we try to just take that time. If we can, we try to really hustle on Wednesday so that Thursday's a little more relaxed, so we can just kind of fine tune things, dial things in, do a little bit of product training. We do have several people coming to help us in the booth that are not regular employees of ours, because we always got to fill in with some extra people. And so they're usually beekeeper friends of ours, longtime customers. We got several of those that are helping us this year. And so yeah, we kind of do a little bit of product training for people, and we kind of try to set people on specific areas usually. And so yeah, so about a day, we can get most of it done usually.
Wow.
Well, and I'll say, John, I think you guys did a really good job last year with the large scale that you guys had taken care of. There was people there and showing the product on each one of the areas of the products to talk about them. There was people handling the sales. There was people handling the pickup orders and everything. So there you had an army there to handle all that, and you couldn't have done it with any less, honestly. So it was a pretty well-oiled machine, honestly. So my hat's off to what you guys have done there, because that is no easy task to make happen.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's we try very hard, and yeah, we got a great team, and so yeah, it's a big undertaking, but it really pays off. It's a lot of fun. It's a great morale boost for our team. If we didn't have the Bee Expo and the volume of sales that brought in the dead of winter, it would be a really slow winter, really hard winter. I mean, because obviously for any of us in the bee supply world, there's just not a whole lot goes on in late November, December, January. A lot of people aren't really thinking too hard about their next year equipment purchases. Some do, but it's definitely would be a slow time. And so it's just a huge again morale boost as well as financial boost. It's just a massive cash flow boost for us in the middle of winter, and so it really kind of ends out our previous year really strong with all the pre-orders, and then starts off the new year with a bang with the sales at the conference. So it's a huge blessing for us, and and also just a massive PR opportunity, right? And again, we try not to come in second place. We want to show up, be first place as much as possible at that event, and so we really pull out all the stops, and with the booth size and with the signage and with the giveaways and the new product launches and all the things that we do there, we really try to be number one and keep the attention coming and the energy coming our way as much as possible. We're not out to get anybody else or bring anybody else down. We're just out to be the best that we can be. And so it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
I tell you what, your scratch and dent went fast last year.
Oh my. Yes, it did. Yeah.
Good gracious.
I didn't see it for myself, but I heard from several people that there was customers literally running to our booth when when things opened up on Thursday that last year there.
I would have if I could run.
I know the feeling.
John, even if you sold those products at a loss, the amount of traffic you'd have gotten into there would have been a huge return on your investment there with that. You know what I mean? It would have been amazing.
Oh, it's so true. And overall, I mean, yeah, we don't, by the time with all the, I'm not complaining. I'm not want to sound like I'm complaining in the least bit here, but I mean, yeah, when it's all said and done at the Bee Expo, we're probably not, making huge profit margins. We spent a ton of money to get there. And then with the discounts, between the booth costs and the giveaways and the staffing and, hotels and all the things, it's probably going to be about $100,000 in overhead this year at the Bee Expo for us. And so, when it's all said and done, the margins aren't huge, but at the same time, it's an awesome, as you said, PR stunt, if for lack of a better term, and then the cash flow, obviously the cash flow value and helping to cover our overhead in the wintertime is very.
I
very
thought
positive.
about trying to get in early just to record the traffic running in. You need to record that, or you need to get somebody to video that.
We should. Yeah. I will talk to my video guy and see if we can get that done. I think we can do that. I think he was trying to shoot some footage last year. I'm not sure we got it done or not, but absolutely.
It might be like Black Friday on Walmart and stuff.
Yeah, that it would be. Yeah, and we love that. We're so appreciative of that energy and enthusiasm for what we're doing. And so I thank all of you here that are listening and watching that are a part of that. It's just been a tremendous honor and something we're just trying to it's a responsibility for us. It's the amount of trust that people have placed in us, the fact that you all tell your friends and fellow beekeepers about us and endorse us like you do. That's a responsibility that I take serious. That we got to keep doing what we're doing and doing it better. We got to keep up the product keep up the quality, customer service. It's an important thing. We can't let people down. We can't rest on our laurels, and we're trying very hard not to do that. So again, thank you all so much for sticking with us.
Now, John, I know last year you guys sponsored the entire honey show.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys have an area that you guys were focusing on this year, or is there any, I don't know that I've heard. Maybe there was something. I don't know. I just I didn't know what you guys had up your sleeve with any of that stuff.
No, we are not sponsoring any particular thing. We are a platinum sponsor. They're kind of, as the Bee Expo grows and we grow, and so every year we have to adjust and they have to adjust. And certainly Cayman and his crew are getting much more professional with the Bee Expo and how they're lining things up. And he's got additional staff handling certain things and that. And so, yes, this year we're not sponsoring a particular thing. We did pay for the platinum sponsorship, and frankly, I don't really. We get enough advertising value out of the expo anyway, and so actually a lot of my sponsorship money went to cover the warehouse space behind the booth that we're getting, because we need a huge amount of space there. And so rather than getting a specific advertising thing, I think we are going to have a page in the event guide or something, and we're listed as a platinum sponsor, but we're really not sponsoring a specific thing.
Just a broad area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, Huff's Honeybees. I'm excited too. It's always a little bit. I'm excited about it, but also nervous, just because there's so many pieces, moving parts that we got to pull together to make it happen, and a lot happens in a very short time. And so I'm always just scared stiff that we're gonna forget some major component of our booth display or drop the ball in some way. And I trust we won't do that. We haven't yet had any major hiccups. So far, a couple of years ago, we were worried if we're going to have product to sell, because the year before last, I was relying on outside trucking companies to deliver my semi loads of product. I think we had about five or six loads that year coming to the expo, and man, I was struggling. This trucking company I lined up absolutely failed me. I mean, there was we had the trucks weren't showing up at my facility to pick up product on time. And then when they would finally show up and load up a load of product and head down to Louisville, I wouldn't have a clue where they're at. I mean, it'd be, it's a 5-hour drive. I wouldn't hear from them for 24 hours. I have no idea where these people are at, where my stuff's at. I was a wreck for about a day and a half. And and so I said, I'm never letting that happen again. And so we kind of become more self-sufficient with our trucking last year, and we're kind of doing the same this year. We have a couple of our own trucks that we're going to be using, and all of our own trailers, and then we're hiring some farmers, guys that we know personally, that to haul for us. And so I'm not letting that happen again. Yeah, we just gotta have as much control of the process as possible, because a lot has to happen in a very short period of time. We can't afford any hiccups.
No.
So
you almost need to throw trackers in the tractor trailer, toss a tracker in a box as you go, so you got an idea where it's sitting at. But I guess at the end of the day, having the tracker knowing where it's at doesn't necessarily mean that it's in the position it needs to be in. So it only helps so much.
Yeah, that's true. And again, we're just we're doing it ourselves this year again, and we got we have our own semi and all of our own. We have about 15 or 18 trailers of our own that we're loading up. Most of those, not all of them, are going to be for the expo, but again, 10 or 12. And then we're going to have a couple of our own guys. Myself, I'll be driving, hauling some loads myself, and then got another guy who's got a CDL. We'll be renting a truck for him. We've got a couple other farmers we're going to be hiring with their own trucks to haul our trailers. And so, it's really nice. And then we can just kind of communicate with text. We got people's phone numbers. We can kind of know where they're at. We even honk and wave as they're, one truck's heading north, the other truck's heading south. We kind of, hey, I'm going to pass you at mile marker 47 here. It's kind of a fun thing.
Yeah. Well, you were turning and burning yourself with the tractor trailer a year or two ago, weren't you?
Yeah, I was last year, and I will be again this year. We have our own semi, and I'll be running that. So planning to do probably three loads this year again, like I did last year, and back and forth. Yeah, it's kind of fun, really. And then we have guys that go down Monday, and so we have guys on site down there at the expo center to unload right away Tuesday morning and start staging stuff and that. And so it's a fun thing.
We'll be praying for nice weather between everybody to do all their travels the day before, during, and then thereafter. No more snow here following up at Louisville.
I appreciate that. Likewise, because everybody got it kind of made an interesting Saturday. Everybody's in a pretty big hurry to get out of there last year because because of that snowstorm that came in, and some people kind of got stuck there with flights and that Sunday after the conference, and some of our team went home Saturday night that night, and then some of us waited till I had one semi load I was running. I took home Sunday morning. We left out about 7 a.m. I think and got ahead of the snow, and it went just fine.
Good.
But yeah, every year is different. We dial in a little bit differently every year.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to say earlier when we was talking about purchasing stuff, I think it might have been my first year. Mike can correct me on that. This 19-gallon bottler I got here. When I went, I looked at it, and we was there Thursday looking at it all. And Mike said, "If you want it, you better buy it." I said, "I'm gonna get it first thing in the morning." While everybody is over there going to the first thing, I'm gonna come over here and buy it. When I got there, it said sold. Sold out, and that was even the demo had sold out. And I said, I won't ever let that happen again. So if you want something, you better pre-order it.
Pre-order. You got to pre-order. You got to pre-order.
That is ideal. That is.
Don't wait on
I talked Stan. Stan Gore was talking about that warming cabinet, and I said, Stan, I'm telling you, don't go up there and get it. Pre-order. So he went home to the hotel that night and pre-ordered, and he was so excited. I said, yeah, now you got it. Because you're going to get the same deal. So why not, if you know you want it? Because if you don't, man, golly, that stuff sells quick.
Yeah, and I certainly respect that some people like to, that's kind of why you go to the expo, right? Is be able to touch, see, feel stuff, see what all the different vendors have, see what the new products are, see what things look like in person. So, 100% respect that some people just want to wait and get there and buy stuff in person if they see it. But yeah, I mean, there is a risk to that. Obviously, we certainly try to, have plenty of product there to sell if at all possible. Sometimes you just run low on things right at the end there and can't get more tanks in time, for example, or whatever. So things do run out. But I feel like this year we're probably been about as good a shape as we've ever been on most things. Having some stock. We'll see how bottling tanks and creamers hold out. That may be a problem. But so yeah, if you're on here and you're looking at a bottling tank or creamer and you're pretty sure you want to get one, you might want to take advantage. You got, again, 4 more days here to pre-order because we may run out of those. But anyway, yeah, it's always a guessing game to figure out what people are going to want, right? At the expo, we've kind of dialed in over the years, been pretty consistent. About 60% of our sales at the Bee Expo are pre-orders. About 60% of the total sales are pre-orders, and about 40% of the sales at the event there. But we've also tried to dial in 60-40 in individual products. It doesn't quite work that way. Like, for example, somebody buying a Max 48 or a Max 36, like we talked about earlier, probably most of the people who are going to take the plunge on one of those is probably going to plan to do it ahead of time and pre-order. Might sell a few at the expo, but most guys are going to plan ahead and bring a truck to buy that. So we've learned, okay, you're going to sell less of the big items at the expo and more of the small items because a lot of them are more incidental purchases or less planned out. So it's always a guessing game to dial it in. Sorry,
well, and that too, just buy it the first day when you see it. That's the big thing. Is it? I understand that too. I'm big on that. I can't stand ordering online sometimes if I hadn't seen it or touched it. But boy, see it and touch it that first day because somebody else is going to see and touch it as well.
Yeah, that's how it goes. And that Thursday afternoon is definitely the hottest few hours of the expo for us. I mean, if you count sales by hour, that Thursday by absolutely takes the cake. We do almost as much. We usually do almost as much sales on Thursday afternoon as we do all day Friday, and then Saturday is usually a little bit less because a lot of people have taken advantage of the big deals and stuff. But
I got a text the other day about Thursday, and after I answered a text from this guy about Thursday at the expo, Thursday afternoon specifically. I answered a positive response, and then I walked away and I did this. I went like this. I went, what was I thinking? That's going to be a busy, busy day up there.
That's why we need you.
I wasn't talking about you.
Oh, you weren't. Oh, okay.
I've got a different
it's gonna be busy.
pre-order. Last year when I went to Hillco's booth, if you can call it that, or whatever you call it, store. Yeah.
It's called City.
I went there 3 times And I tried to even go when there were people speaking, and I'm telling you, it was so crowded. I got 10 feet in and said, "No, I'm not doing this," and turned and walked out.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah, and that's one thing.
Pre-order, so you don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did, we did again increase the booth space by 25% this year. I mean, we're going to have some more product. I guess, yeah, we are going to make better use of space, but also we are going to certainly fill up some of that additional space with more product, but a lot of it's just more aisle space and again, more checkout space, things like that to help keep it from being quite as congested. I mean, we love having a full booth. We want to have a full booth, but it also recognize that it can be a matter of frustration or delay for people who are trying to get in and get out and make a purchase and move on. People have places to be, speakers to get to, et cetera. So we're certainly trying to respect that and set it up to where it's as convenient for the customers and the attendees as possible.
I thought you had a roller coaster at the other end of that.
We should. Why not?
I thought I was.
No, even the very first one I went to was big. You know, even when you were at in Sevierville that one year when I first met you down there, even then it was so busy. And it's like each time you grow and try to make the traffic flow better, it doesn't matter because it seems like more people are showing up each time. So so last time it was so gigantic, you would have never thought there would have been a traffic flow problem. But lo and behold, it's like, I don't know, maybe it's crazy how it's grown. I just wondered, there's got to be a time where it plateaus, where you can finally say, okay, we got it down now. There's going to be no problem with traffic flow, because it wasn't bad last year. Just at times it could get a little congested, but I found it to be easy enough to get around.
No, you're absolutely right. We make, and as well as Cayman's crew, I mean, you make adjustments every year to be able to handle more people and more traffic and more everything, and then the number of attendees proportionally increase, which obviously is a wonderful thing. We want that. But yeah, we're just keep trying to compensate, I guess is all we can do. But yeah, I know the feeling there, Mike. I remember that first year at the BA and first Hive Life we went to. I mean, we had customers numerous times lined up 50 feet down the aisle, and I had a very poor system for checking people out at the time, very slow system. I wasn't prepared for the amount of traffic we were going to have. And so next year, I'm not going to let this happen again. I'm going to have it all set up, and yeah, the next year we had a much better setup, but then we still had people lined up, and yeah, to your answer, Ribbity Reptiles, yes, absolutely. The pre-order prices that you're seeing now will be the same price at the show. And then also, if you look at our Expo website, the page right there on the home page, the Expo exclusive deals, there's, I don't know, we're up to 40 or 50 products on there now. Those are the products that we will have on display for the most part anyway. Those are the products that we'll have on display at the Expo. All the other little stuff that you can find by digging further into the site, we will not have there. We can't obviously bring our whole product lines. We just focus on those key products you'll see on the exclusive deals page. But yes, those prices that you see, as long as we have stock, which again, most stuff we expect to, we will have at the same price at the Expo.
But the main thing of it is, when you do it online, you don't pay taxes. And
yes,
you're saving on taxes and you're saving on shipping. There's where you're saving at, and that's a big factor, especially with extractors or whatever, big ticket items.
Yeah, it is a dirty little secret that we don't really promote, because I don't want to get a bunch of controversy started over it. And there's different interpretations of tax law and what have you. But yes, for customers outside of Kentucky that pre-order, there is no sales tax. But if you do purchase, no matter who you are, what state you're from, I don't care what your sales tax exemption or ag exemption or farm, whatever resale looks like, you will be charged sales tax at the Expo. So yeah, right. Good point there, Charlie. There is a loophole there. The state of Kentucky, from my conversation with them, they told us that we can if we're meeting out-of-state customers, we're an out-of-state seller meeting out-of-state customers at the Expo for a pre-purchased product, pre-purchased order. They view it as we're just kind of a meeting place, like almost like a parking lot meeting place. And so no sales tax. But if you're purchasing at the Expo, unfortunately, we have to charge sales tax. You don't know ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Hold on, John. You said even if you have an ag exemption?
Correct.
Really?
At the Expo, yes.
Interesting. I did
not
know
because the ag exemption, especially for someone like yourself, Tom. You're outside of Kentucky. The ag exemption only, so those tax exemptions only apply to the state where the place where you're taking possession of the product. That's what it's all based on, sales tax. So if you come to Minonk, Illinois, our facility there, and purchase product there, you have to, unless you have an Illinois exemption, you have to pay sales tax because it's based on the place where you buy it, where you take possession at.
Okay.
So that way, and so we don't charge sales tax in every state currently because every state's thresholds, every state's tax laws are different. Every year we add more and more states. I think we're collecting sales tax in probably 20 states out of the 50 at this point. But yeah, just depending on what state you're in, everything's a little different. You'd think we could get to some kind of uniform state sales tax code. I know what drives my wife and my office lady nuts because trying to file sales tax for all these different states is brutal. You'd think if they want to take you, like if I want to take y'all's money and sell you a product, I have to make it easy for you to buy from me, right? But when it's tax, well, we all know this. I'm preaching to the choir, right? When they charge you sales tax and they don't make it easy for you to pay it.
But that for me, I mean, that's always one of the key points to why to pre-order, plus the fact that you'll have it there guaranteed in your warehouse area. Mm-hmm. And stuff like that.
Absolutely. No, you're right, Charlie. I appreciate that. Yeah. Brian Cooper. When we're selling from our Tennessee facility, there will be sales tax collected. I haven't done enough business here in Tennessee yet to know exactly how that works. I'm not sure. I mean, I know it is fairly easy, I believe, to get a Tennessee ag exemption, I believe, for sales tax exemption. So if you have one of those, then you won't be charged sales tax. And that's the way it currently is. If you provide us with and we do collect sales tax from Tennessee customers. And so if you provide us with a Tennessee sales tax exemption, ag exemption certificate, we put that on file. We set up your account where you're not charged sales tax.
I wouldn't mind it if you stopped collecting California sales tax.
I believe you on that. Yeah. I believe me. We don't want to collect sales tax if we don't have to, because again, we got to turn around and file that, and it's a royal pain, especially Missouri. Tom, I think my wife complains about Missouri all the time. That state's a train wreck. not overall, but I mean for paying sales tax, it's a train wreck.
Yeah.
Well, guys, you guys have a good one. I appreciate y'all having me on there, Joey, and inviting me. But I'm a roll.
All right.
You got me sick the other day riding with you to that meeting, so I'm
I
feeling
gave
rough.
you fair warning that I was sick. You said,
did.
no,
you did.
Go anyway. So.
Hey, all's fair in love and war, right? Because I ended up I got you sick last year when I was taking you to the meeting. So there you go.
I want to know how that works out because I'm a little confused right now.
Yeah, Tom.
Riding in the same car for about an hour.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah. The meeting.
You guys were sharing a drink or something.
The way you got to give it away to get rid of it, Tom. That's the way it works.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Fair enough. That didn't work because I still got it.
Oh well. Oh, that don't sound good. I'm not happy about hearing that. All right, you guys take care.
Bye.
See you, Mike.
See you, Mike.
We can go now. We can talk about him.
There you go. I mean, he's a good man. I'll tell you that. I'll say something good. I love that guy.
Yeah.
I kind of hang with him a lot. He teaches me a lot.
He's always happy to help.
We don't want to claim to be, but he's kind of a mentor to me. We've never worked in the bee yard together, but we do a lot of talking, riding and talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he helped me at a couple of conferences this fall, he helped me in Mississippi and Texas. He kept talking about Joey, and I kept getting confused because I have a Joey that works with me, Joey Green, and then I had to realize after a couple of times he was talking about Joey, I realized he was talking about good old Joey Rawls, and I should have known, but I kind of forgot.
Joey Rawls is almost world famous too. You know that, John.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he's world famous adjacent.
What do you mean?
There you go.
Whoa, you got a mountain lion there, Brad, or what in the world is that? Good grief.
That's a bobcat.
I can't hold too much tail for a bobcat.
That's no bobcat.
Holy moly.
That's
a predator.
That's my boy.
It's your attack cat. I'm not going to come bother you, I guess.
Well, he doesn't attack much anymore. He's over 19 years old.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's an old fella.
19 years old. Good
He
grief.
just loves his cuddles.
How old was the other one, Brad?
Well, it's his sister, so she was 19.
Okay.
They turned 19 in early November, and his sister just passed away a couple of weeks ago.
Mm.
And so he was one of 3 in the litter I had, and his other sister passed away a few years ago. So he's by himself now, just me and him.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
we don't know how long he's got, but he's actually looking pretty good. He's getting along. I mean, he's old, but he's doing pretty good.
Nice.
He's doing pretty good. And he loves to sit on me and buzz. You'll probably hear him buzz here at some point if my mic gets too close to him.
Nice, nice.
Mr. Boots.
Mr. Boots, huh? Okay.
Mr. Boots.
Nice. Roy, to answer your question there, I think we'll just be 110 volt. Just be 110 volt, one single plug. I'm gonna have to double check on that. Once we dial it in here, because we're gonna have 2 different motors as well as the electric heating systems. So, but I do believe we can run all that off of a single 110 volt plug. It'll probably be, I'm guessing, it'll draw 5 or 6 amps. The 2 motors shouldn't draw more than 1.5 amps, probably, I would guess. And so, yeah, a piece. So there's 3 amps there. We'll probably be drawing. Yeah, we might be drawing. Yeah, you'll need at least 20 amp. Standard 20 amp circuit won't be a problem. If you had a 15 amp circuit, probably would handle it too. So nothing
John,
too special.
Will you still be using a 3-phase motor setup with the VFD? I think it is.
Yes.
VFD. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Yes. Yeah, we do plan on that. Yeah, we love that 3-phase system. It really works well. We keep getting it better and better, in fact. And so, yeah, we're committed to that system. I believe is for the foreseeable future. I have no intention of going any other direction at this point. And so, yeah, we'll have again a single. We'll have a motor running a gearbox up on the top to run the chain drive to move the frames, and then I believe it's going to be a or belt pulley reduction. We'll see how that turns out. We may end up doing a gearbox on the knife drive as well. So we'll see there. But yeah, both will be 3-phase motors with 110 volt input. The VFD does the conversion of single phase to 3-phase, and that's, most of you know this, but that's the system we use on all of our motorized equipment: creamers, extractors, honey pumps, etc. I will say we do have a new honey pump coming out with a DC system like the Speedfill has, but most of our stuff is still all going to be 3-phase.
Mm-hmm. I always like the idea of the direct drive and the gear reduction motors. I feel like there's less maintenance to deal with there, less potential for breakdown. Just little things like that. So just thinking out loud.
Are you talking versus the belt pulley
correct.
reduction? Yes. Okay.
Yep. That was one thing I never liked about the Maxant extractors is I didn't like the belt setup. I'm just not that you can't totally get away from it in some instances, and not that it's a real problem. It's just how I thought about it in my head. Kind of like with the gear reduction and so on.
Absolutely, yeah. And I know that the Maxant system is an old school system that clearly works, and is relatively simple. And so there's a lot to be said for simplicity. And I know that they sell a motor and they put a motor on those that you can, go to the hardware store and get a replacement. If you needed one in a pinch or whatever. So there is certainly value to that. Our system's a little more specialized, but we do really like the way it works. Very, very smooth operation. Really precise speed control. It's been a very, very reliable system, so we're really a fan of it. It's pretty affordable too. We really have. We are sourcing import motors and import drives. Not hiding that fact, but they have been very, very reliable. And
those are the same motor gear reduction setups you're using on most other items too, right?
Correct. Yeah, we've been kind of on some stuff transitioning. We use a lot of worm drives, where it's kind of a right angle, setup. A lot of stuff. We're kind of getting away from some of that and going to a helical gear setup where kind of the motor and gearbox are all kind of one vertical unit. Like on a 9-gallon creamer, for example, we're doing that. Some of these bottom drive extractors are all split up. We still are very much using some of the worm drives on the larger extractor. We're still using the worm drives on the new cappings press setup we're talking about. We're going to, and the extruder we're using worm drives. So we're still very much using worm drive as well. We're just kind of doing some of both. We find the helical gear systems also work pretty smooth and quiet. So on some of the smaller ones, smaller machinery, we're switching to that. But both work very well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and the motor configuration, again, the VFD drives, that configuration is staying very much the same. We're continuing to experiment. We are maybe switching up some. We are starting to transition some stuff to a 220 volt motor. We were using a 110 volt 3-phase for a long time. Got to be unique spec. A lot of electrical guys out there kind of look sideways at me like, is there such a thing? 110 volt 3-phase? It is. It is a very unique spec. We're starting to transition some stuff to 220 volt 3-phase. Now that we struggled for a while to find VFD drives that convert 110 volt single phase to 223 phase. They either want to do 220 in, 220 out, or 110 in, 110 out. And so now we're finding some drives that are very proven to be very reliable in our testing to do 110 in, 220 out. And so that does give us a lot more flexibility with sourcing of motors because, again, 110 volt 3-phase is a very unique spec. And it has been a good, reliable setup for us. But by going 220, I can, if I ever wanted to get away from China, and use a different country, a different source for motors, I have a lot more flexibility. 223 phase, obviously a very, very common spec. So we're starting to tinker with some of that as well.
John, Darren wants to know if you have anal hives.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. You had to do that, didn't you?
I did.
Oh, man. I didn't know if you did it on purpose or not. So
I was like,
what it says, isn't it?
I've heard it pronounced an L, but anyway.
Okay. Sorry.
We don't, and we don't have any plans at this point to stock that product. Nothing against it. I know there are people out there who like it, but at this point, no plans for that. We have our Hive 365 product line that we've kind of been quiet about the last few months here because I think I mentioned this earlier, but it's a nice quality plastic insulated hive that we have built for us, and so we launched that at the Bee Expo this past year. We sold it throughout this spring. Very, very successful launch. We purposely did a pretty limited run so that we could just kind of dial it in, get feedback from customers. We knew we were going to have to tweak some things over time, and so we did that. Again, we got some feedback from customers, sent out some surveys, and kind of really dialed in what was working, what wasn't. And so we have version 2 coming out at the Bee Expo this year. We'll be launching and doing a pre-order discount. I will not have stock there to sell. We will have stock to display, but we'll be taking pre-orders at a discounted price, shipping in probably late January, early February at the latest. But the version 2 is going to be very similar in look and feel and style to the original version, but with a number of really great upgrades. We beefed up and improved the bottom board, much better lid, more insulation in the lid, better divider boards, better feeder. Those are the main things, as well as a couple other improvements here and there as well. But we continue to dial it in. We spent a lot of money on that product, that project, but we have a lot of faith in the potential for Hive 365, and so we tend to really be dialed in and all in on it. So yeah, version 2 is coming out. If you're interested, not the NL product, but it is, in my opinion, better. If I'm being honest, but again, Anel's a fine product too. As far as the Tennessee location, we haven't officially made any announcement about it. I've kind of put out. I've kind of let a lot of people know, but we are. I guess I can officially announce it here. I haven't put out a video of it or anything yet, but we are opening a location, Lord willing, in Dixon, Tennessee, or outside of Dixon, Tennessee, which Dixon is about 40 minutes 40 minutes west of Nashville. Right on I-40 west of Nashville. We're a few miles off the interstate, so we'll be out in the country outside of Dixon. We bought 11 acres out there that we are part of it. We're planning to build a house on one side of the property, and then we're going to build our Hillco location. There is a 50 by 100 pole barn there right now that we're going to be renovating as our main warehouse for starters, and then we're going to build another 40 by 100 for starters, a 40 by 100 pole building. Next to that, that'll be office and some workshop space. So starting out as kind of a scaled down version of our Illinois operation, kind of doing similar things, warehousing, some product production, some showroom, obviously, We're not planning on doing a ton of shipping from there initially. We plan to mostly continue to, for the time being, continue to do the majority of shipping out of our Illinois facility. But Tennessee, we will be starting to ramp up. We'll be doing some fill-in shipping from here. We also may do some. We're planning. I'm hoping to do some production down here. We may take, one extractor model, for example, and do all the production of that one extractor model here in Tennessee, or a couple extract. We'll see over time how it turns out. There's, some limited production down here of certain models, and then we just ship all those that we ship out. We'll ship out of the Tennessee facility rather than the Illinois facility. We'll be transferring some product back and forth. Quite a bit between the two locations. But yeah, so we're gonna hopefully a year from now, I'm gonna know a lot more about running two facilities. It's a new thing for us to have a second location. But we've already, as we have other people ourselves, we got employees in Kentucky, employees in North Carolina. So we are stocking some limited quantity of products in our trailers and stuff at these different locations already. But we're gonna really learn a lot about running a second facility this year. But hopefully by March, April timeframe, I'll have things up and have something up and running here. We'll see if it's finished or not by then. But we are planning to do package B pickups out of this Tennessee facility. We're already taking some pre-orders for that. So one way or another, we're going to have something we're operating out of here by spring. And we'll see how the construction process goes and finishing everything up.
So put a wing on that house for me that's a good stopping point on my way to Louisville. So.
Okay. 10-4. We'll put a room for you.
Yeah. Now I have cousins in Bon Aqua and Fairview.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
very
right
close
there.
to us here.
And you're over there. You're over there in Nathan Coleman country now.
Yes. I need to.
Cousins everywhere.
Yeah, I need to go look up Nathan. Yeah, he is quite close to us here. In fact, I was in the gun shop here in town, here in Dixon, the other day or a couple weeks ago, and got talking to the sales clerk there, and he was saying that he knows another guy who keeps bees, Nathan Coleman. I think Nathan had actually worked in this gun shop part time in recent memory, and so he said he sees Nathan every once in a while. So, small world kind of things.
Hey, I think it's funny that you move out of Illinois and down to Tennessee, and next thing you know, you're in a little pew shop.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a little, yeah. None of that. You don't have to have any of that firearm identification card stuff like Illinois. You just have a Tennessee driver's license. You can buy anything you want down here. Is my understanding, pretty much.
I heard that even your kids can buy guns down there in Tennessee.
I think there's something to that. I'm not sure. I haven't examined all the laws yet, but definitely a freer state than Illinois for sure.
Well,
I'm not complaining a bit.
It's kind of weird here in Louisiana. An 18-year-old can carry a weapon, but they can't purchase one, but they can carry one.
Okay.
Are you talking specifically the hand style?
Yeah, that's Louisiana.
Yeah, that's the same here actually.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Everybody carries here.
If I lived there, I would do too.
What's that? They carry marijuana or guns?
They carry the gun to protect the marijuana.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's about right.
You don't see open carry in Illinois. We see it fairly regular down here. Illinois had waiting periods and stuff. You buy a gun, you got waiting period, all that kind of stuff. Tennessee, you don't have any of that to mess with, so it's pretty nice.
Tennessee's a good state.
Yeah. So you guys still doing this about every night? Some of you guys doing these live
every night.
Okay.
Charlie's on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a chat every night of the week, John.
Man.
And Todd and
Brian.
Todd and Brian are on Thursday nights. What time your time?
7 Pacific, 10 Eastern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're the West Coast chat.
Yeah. We
Nice.
got Bill on Monday night. Gunline Bees on Sunday night.
Yeah.
I'm on Friday night.
Walker Bee Ranch Tuesday night.
Was on Thursday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys all I'm sorry for my ignorance here. This still some of you at least, some of y'all are called the low, or not low life. Wow, sorry, I didn't mean that.
No, this is the low life. No life is on Tuesday.
Pull his plug,
Joey.
That's
No life. That's what I meant to say.
JW, that's
Yeah.
low life right there.
Yeah, that's my
nasty email now.
That's my breakaway organization, the low life beekeepers. I like that.
That's funnier than anal hives.
Give me a second to buy that domain name real quick.
Right. For real.
Hey, you don't want to hear what was the Melissa pronounced type bond glue a different?
Oh, type bottom glue. I can't even walk by that in the store now without just falling out laughing. Type bottom glue.
Type 3.
Type bottom 3.
We'll change it on the flyer.
Well, since we're talking about tight bottom glue and low life beekeepers, I think that this will be a good segue into talking about the raffle, Philip. What do you think?
Yeah, I got on there so late. I didn't know if you guys had talked about it already or not. But yeah, let's talk about it.
So 3 years ago, if anybody's on here that hasn't heard the story, Philip started a raffle to support Hives for Heroes. And Philip, did it just start with you doing a gift basket? How did that go?
Yeah, I did a big gift basket, and then I gave away like smaller gift baskets for just like a drawing. And I sold tickets at my farmer's market booth. And basically, I got online on one of these chats and offered it up, and got way more support from this community than obviously just people at my booth. So it turned into kind of a mostly beekeepers raffle.
So then last year you asked us to help you out to promote it and open it up, and a lot of beekeepers and companies donated items to the raffle, and we ended up raising about $2,200 for Hives for Heroes.
Yeah.
And this year's
Melissa, if I could just to clear that history up on it, that first year I did it, my little raffle raised, I think, $800.
Yeah.
And then Carl over at Two Bee Brats said, "Hey, why don't you do a raffle at the Nobby?" And he sent me a package to take with me. I don't think he went that year. And Brian at Flower Street's in a package. And I offered up for people to just bring it by the Hives for Heroes booth. So a lot of our people brought stuff to donate. And I bugged Fred Dunn about doing something. And he actually signed a smoker.
Mm-hmm.
And other people, and they had their own raffle going, and we were going to do our raffle separately. And when I got there, I said, why don't we just throw it all in together? And I think they raised another like $700 or something. So, total was $1,500, I guess, that first year. And then that's when we said, well, actually you being the organized one, said, let's get out in front of this thing. And we sort of got out in front of it last year, but not really enough. But when you finally made me pull the trigger on it. But and then, like they said, last year we raised, what was it, $2,210, something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So this year, Joey, if you want to put that back up there, we have all of our items that have been donated for the raffle. Tickets are live right now.
Can y'all make it bigger?
Huh?
Can y'all make it bigger?
Yeah, I'm
Melissa
going to.
can from this side.
Oh,
So, let's see.
there we go.
So I'm just going to go over them real quick because I'm sure some of you have heard the spiel before. Our first item is a dog bed from 21st Bee from Michael Mahar. It's a $97 value. And some of these items, these first items, are Nobby pickup only. But if you want to pay for shipping, you can arrange that with who's donating it. So even if you win these and aren't coming to Nobby, if you are willing to pay for shipping, you can get that. Otherwise, you can trade it for one of the items below that are ship items. So anyway, first item is the dog bed from 21st Bee, Michael Mahar. The second item right here is the Defender Hive, donated by Flower Street Farms, Brian and Jen Zavada. And Tom can tell you a little bit more about that real quick.
I'll just keep it brief. It's a 4-way mating nuke that's very, very ambidextrous. You can use it as such, or you can use it as 2 4-framers, or you can use it as a full 10-frame hive. So it's not just exclusive to queen mating, but that's how it's set up for ideally is for a mating hive.
And the next item is an Enel hive donated by Tom and myself. And Tom can tell you more about that also real quick.
So that is actually coming. We are purchasing that from Bill at Shenandoah Bee Supply. That'll be picked up at his booth. It shows there in the picture that it is a deep and a medium with a solid bottom board and then that insulated cover. But we've also talked about that with Bill, and you can, if you are a person that runs 2 mediums and not a deep and a medium, you can do that. If you want to have it as 2 deeps, you can do that. So it can kind of conform to how you manage your operation. So it's, and if you wanted to add more to it, that is definitely doable to have that done. Obviously, you would cover that cost, but Melissa and I are taking care of this aspect of it.
The next item is a swarm trap donated by Philip Morris. Philip, you want to tell us about that?
Sure. That's a upgraded version of my normal swarm trap that I use. It's 2 nukes, 4/4. They screw together. The difference in this and my sort of cheap one I build is all the joints on this one are screwed with deck screws, and the boxes are held together with stainless steel screws. The entrances are stainless steel rather than plastic, and the roof has insulation, and it's got a sloped roof instead of a flat roof, basically. And it also has waxed, it's a waxed interior, and it's got some propolis melted in the bottom to give it some bee scent. So that's pretty much it.
Hey, Joey, I put the link for the tickets in the private chat. If you can copy and paste that into the chat, that would be awesome.
Yeah. And I don't know if people can do it. There's a QR code there that goes to a video where I explain more about my swarm trap.
So scan the QR code.
Our next item up for raffle is some Tight Bond 3 donated by Mr. Mark Zinner. It's a gallon jug of Tight Bond. Every beekeeper needs Tight Bond in their arsenal, so that's a great item.
I've got a text that I'm never deleting that begs to differ with that name.
Hey, you can call it what you will, but it's in the picture.
That's the cheap version.
The next 2 items, item number 6 and 7, are donated by Mr. JW. Is he still on the chat, or did he leave us?
Looks like he's snowed in. I hear him in the background.
JW, do you want to talk about your frame crackers, or do you want me to say something?
He went to get ice cream.
Okay, probably so. So the next 2 items are an 8 and a 10 frame cracker constructed by Mr. JW himself. And those are basically used to loosen your honey frames from your super when you're doing your extraction process. And he valued those at $35 a piece. And I can show all that over here too, what everything is. The next item 8, 9, and 10 is donated by Matt Ramsbottom with Sandy Valley Honey Company. And it's his fondant that he's been making. Each lot is 25 pounds, I believe, of his fondant.
Yes.
And each lot is a $50 value.
Oh, you know what? I forgot one thing on the one that we donated. That'll actually come with Michael Mahar with 21st Bees. So that'll come with his frames. I forgot about that.
On Matt's, is that going to be a pickup at Nobby or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Pickup. Everything so far is still pickup only.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you want to pay for shipping. If you are willing to pay for shipping, then you can get it shipped to you. Number 11.
Yeah. I was going to add that if you know someone that's going to Nobby and they're nice enough to pick something up for you, you can arrange that as well.
Definitely. So number 11 and 12 are 2 sets of frames donated by Michael Mahar with 21st Bee. Let's see, 11 and 12. 10 deep. Each lot is 10 deep infinity frames, your choice of cell size. So each of those lots is a $58 value. Next, you have Miss Grammy, number 13, has donated an amazing gift basket with all of these items here. This is JW's dream basket to win. His cherry amaretto jam that he loves, some honey barbecue sauce, 2 bottles of raw honey, 8-ounce bottle each of hot honey, mango jalapeno, blueberry cayenne, peach habanero, pineapple ghost pepper, and mixed berry reaper. 2 jars of oatmeal honey body butter, 4 soaps, 2 loofahs, 6 lip balms, and possibly a partridge in a pear tree. That's $150 value. And so from Grammy, all the items that I listed up to this one are pickup only items, unless if you win, you can work out with who you win it from you pay the shipping to get it to you. Or if you know somebody who's going to Nobby, they can pick it up for you. And
I'll pick up Granny's for somebody if they win it close to me, but they may only get half of it back.
What a nice guy.
So our next item, so all the rest of these are shippable items. James Knoll is donating a gift basket with 2 10-ounce amber honeys, a light honey, cinnamon creamed honey, plain creamed honey, some more light honey, 2 dippers, and 12 straws, and that's a $60 value. Number 15, Phil Kent with 33 Mile Bees is donating a $100 Hillco gift card.
Yay!
Hillco, never heard of her before.
Number 16 and 17 down here are 2 sets of the hexagon coasters donated by Tim and Hannah with Gunline Bees. And those are a $30 value each. Next, we have a grafting station donated by Hope Sadler. And he said that is a $50 value. Then we have 2 bucket alarms, number 19 and 20, donated by JL Apiaries, and I'll let Tom tell you about those also.
Yeah, so John's donated these. These are something newer that he's doing. So, like for instance, number 19, you can see down here at the bottom, it shows 3 1/4 or 6 1/4. It's one or the other. So if you notice, if you have from up here at the top where that sits on the bucket of the container, if you pull out this red little spacer piece and allow this little float to go up and down, that'll set the depth to 6 1/4. Or you can put that little red piece in and then pull the top one, and it'll allow it to float up to a 3 1/4 before the alarm sounds. So this is a bucket alarm. And then obviously number 20, you can read in the graphics there that it's either a 2 3/4 or a 4 1/4. So it's just 2 different ones. They work well. I've tried them. I've run them in my own, and even over the loud music playing. As we got all the machines running in the background extracting, you can hear the audible alarm over it. So it'll
you're going to hear it.
Yes, absolutely. It definitely is a very, very affordable and cost-effective tool for anybody who might look to purchase those. You can purchase them through JL Apiaries. They work. Bottom line, it's a practical tool.
Yeah.
Or just buy some raffle tickets so you can win them.
I've said this before. You don't know you really need that until you use it a few times.
Yeah.
Well, and if you can look at it like this, if it saves a few pounds of honey, whatever you sell your pound of honey at, there's the value for you. At some point in time, we all get busy and look away from, extractor or a pump going, something like that, and you could pump that valuable liquid off the floor. So he also has other sizes too.
Off one thing while you're doing something else, you don't have to worry about it.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Those Hillco extractors are whisper quiet, right? So you don't need like really loud alarms, right?
Oh, half the time I'm sleeping in the corner while Melissa's working. So yeah, I don't hear him at all. Yeah.
That's why we need the bucket alarm to wake him up.
Yeah. I usually stand up, adjust my pants a little bit, and start yelling and pointing at people like I'm the boss, and then go back to sleep.
On his dog bed from 21st B. So our last basket is donated by Clay Bunner, and it's his Christmas tree basket, 3 different size Christmas tree candles and a bottle of honey, which is a $49 value. So those are all of our items that are up for raffle. Woo, goodness gracious. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to fit. Joey shared the link in the chat to buy the tickets. The website that was set up with Philip through Hives for Heroes. So that's the website that their donation website, I guess, that they use. It's called Give Butter. So if you get confused about why it says Give Butter, that's just the name of the platform that they use. Right now, before when I checked earlier, we were at $1,500. Is where we are right now. And last year we donated like 22, I think Philip said.
22.
So we'd like to, our goal this year is 25. So get your tickets, buy lots of them. And the actual raffle is going to be right here on Joey's Live next Saturday.
Yeah.
That's so 7 days away.
Yes. So get your tickets now.
Clay, how much are the tickets?
So the tickets are, hold on. I just want to make sure I say it right. Their single tickets are $5 or 5 tickets for $20.
Right. So, hey, Melissa, I would like to also point out, since it's one prize per person, I just counted. There's 21 prizes, and right now we're at 27 people that donated. That were 2 anonymous donations. No way for me to put in for them to win anything, but so that's a really good percentage if you're winning a raffle. If there's only 21 people, actually 28, because I got a check in the mail from somebody. I'm trying to see if it's not hot before I get their tickets, but I got a check from one person.
I was going to do another one of those interview covers, but the boy didn't come through for me.
Yeah.
He can't.
I know most people are donating to help out for Heroes, and we appreciate it, but it's still a really good odds if you're thinking about whether it's worth it to you or not. Also, I'd like to point out that in the mail today,
oh, you got the coasters.
I got the coasters, and they're Pies for Heroes colors, red, white, and blue.
Yeah, those look nice. I like those.
Isn't that nice? So, and they sent me 3, and I get to keep one. I immediately gravitated towards, this one. But then Noah, they sent me these.
Oh.
See, there's 2 of these. Let's see here if I can get these up here. These are really thick.
Yeah.
So this is a set. And then each of these, got one. This is a set. And these have 4 coasters in them. It's really nice. These are really cool. So anyway, I may allow whoever wins it to pick which one they want. It's going to be two people winning it. But then I'll just, if Noah still likes these, I'll buy whatever somebody did, and I'll order them from Tim and him. But these are really cool, and they're red, white, and blue. Really nice. All right.
Pennsylvania Beekeeper says, can we send ticket money to Noah via Venmo? So the money, we're using the Give Butter site this year. That way we don't have to handle any of the money. It goes directly to Hives for Heroes.
What I will tell you,
Noah's actually going to be out of town during next weekend, right? So he's not going to be available for the raffle.
Yeah, I'll tell you this: if you want to send me a check, I'll give you my address, but make it out to Hives for Heroes. I'll deliver it, and I'll get you tickets that way. If that's an option for you.
It's Darren, Philip.
Oh, it's Darren. Okay.
Darren.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, Darren. So, Darren, if that's an option, you want me to give you my address, I can.
But yeah, so everybody get on there and get your tickets. And you've only got a week to, there's some pretty significant prizes there up for grabs.
Yeah, well, I'm going to check out of here, everybody. I've got hot honey I made tonight. I need to pour it. So,
all right.
I'm going to.
What are you going to do when I ask you a question here in a minute?
Well, you might as well ask it now.
I'm not ready yet.
Mail it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good night.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
Good night,
God.
Looks like Jack and Danae have some of those coasters. They say they're awesome.
I was going to get Todd to go and be around Walmart again. He already left. Sorry.
I'm not going to try to upload the picture, but let's see. That's the ones I got from Tim and Hannah.
Oh, those are cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Sure are.
Yeah, I got a cross stick, but I'm not giving that one away. I'm keeping that one.
So that's my evening spiel. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa, for putting that together. That's really nice.
No problem.
Very helpful.
I will say that just in addition to that, we have had a couple items donated to our No Life B group through seeking donations for this that are actually, we're going to have a small separate raffle at the dinner because these couple of items were very specific. Like if somebody won this and they don't run this particular system or whatever, it would be no good to them. So the person asked us if we could raffle it off at the dinner instead. So there'll be a small separate raffle at the dinner, and that money will also go with this raffle to Hives for Heroes. So just FYI, there will be a couple little raffle items at the dinner for a separate raffle, but to combine with this one.
So that No Life Be Life dinner sold out unless somebody's got a ticket they're not going to use.
It is sold out. So yeah, if you are not able to come, let us know so we can release your tickets, because we already have people contacting us wanting tickets that, they can't get them. So if you reserved more tickets than you need, or something came up and you're not able to attend, please let us know or cancel your order, so that we can release those tickets. So if other people are wanting to come, they can come.
Is there a process? I know I asked you this a few days ago. Is there a process they can do to release them back?
Well, they can either contact me and I can do it manually, or I think you can go, to your original email confirmation and request a refund for your $0 ticket. Okay. Yeah. And then that'll release them. I will also say that we have met our budget goal for the dinner. Let me find my notes app real quick.
So it's technically fully funded.
Yeah. So our dinner's fully funded. We're going to order the pizza. I appreciate everybody's donations. So we'll also hopefully be able to have a chunk of change left over from that to donate to Hives for Heroes also, because like I said, everything that you donate, whatever we don't spend on the dinner, is getting donated with this raffle to Hives for Heroes. So really excited about that we're going to be able to do the dinner, have it catered, and still probably be able to have a significant amount of money left over to donate to Hives for Heroes. If you want to continue to donate to the dinner, we'll still accept it. Like I said, it's just going to go into that pool of money, and the excess gets donated to Hives for Heroes.
Yeah, we'll take anybody's money.
The other thing is we are ordering pizza from Craft House Pizza. If you don't want pizza or you have some sort of weird food intolerance, I am going to try to get some gluten-free options. But again, it's a pizza place. They can't guarantee that it's, because I know if you're celiac, that's, even that is cross-contamination issues.
It's pizza, salad, and
cheese sticks.
Cheese sticks.
And then we'll have appetizers and desserts and tea, lemonade, and water.
Yeah.
But if those don't suit your dietary needs, or you just don't like pizza, you can bring outside food in. The only thing that's restricted is glass beer bottles.
Yeah, don't bring them in. I'm
glass beer bottles.
$1.
But yeah, so super excited about the dinner Wednesday night.
So you can bring glass soda bottles, but you can't bring glass beer bottles?
That's exactly what it says in the rules. It specifically says glass beer bottles.
The contract.
When's the last time you've seen glass soda bottles?
We need we need to move this to Tennessee so we can bring our glass beer bottles and then have something to shoot at later.
Well, the thing that's funny about it is the next night at the same venue, Matthew Doucette, I don't ever know if I'm saying his last name right.
That's
With
close
Comfort
enough.
Pro, he's doing his Beaks and Brews thing. So he'll have glass mead bottles, but so glass mead bottles are okay, but beer bottles out of the question.
Yeah,
So,
it's kind of a weird rule.
but anyway, do not bring your glass beer bottles.
Yeah. Matthew pointed out too on Friday at Nobby, fill it in with red shirts as like a tribute to first responders and veterans. So if you don't happen to have a red shirt, you can go to Highest for Heroes website. And I believe that the video that I seen from, oh gosh, Matthew, forgive me. Steve, he said that I think they're 25% off, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong there, Matthew. But I thought he said they're 25% off this month, I think. So you can get your Hives for Heroes shirt by going to their website and ordering through there. So I think it's pretty amazing that we were able to sell out, reserve 175 tickets to a venue space short of a month before we go to Nobby. And last year it started off with 50 people. So
I'm scared to see what next year's going to be like.
I think that we could potentially push this even higher as far as that goes next year.
I think it was the what put us over the top was that Walmart episode Charlie had on last night.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Everybody wants to be a part of this now.
Oh yeah.
Hey, if you officially change the name to Low Life, I think you're going to have all kinds of new,
oh my gosh.
new
That'd
members.
work. That'd really work. That kind of fits us better anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, I already did the new logo this year. Sorry, we're stuck. We're stuck where we are.
Doggone it.
We can change it to the Chatty Beekeeper.
Now, thanks to Roy Pro, I've got that song in my head. It sounds like a Garth Brooks song. Thanks a lot, Roy. I'll go to sleep with that playing in my head now.
Low places. I never did like that song. I like all these others. So
I might be no life, but I ain't no low life. There it says.
So I guess that was a rumor that I started, Charlie, that they was borrowing you from YouTube over last night. Is it?
So John, you want to kind of on the new things that you're going to show at Nobby, you want to kind of touch on them again before we close out?
Yeah, sure can. Yeah, so we're on cappings processing. We're going to be showing off a new extruder, cappings extruder. We might be showing off a electric operated cappings press as well. We'll see. I'm not sure if we're going to have a sample in yet in time to do that, and we probably will just be showing it off there for conversation more than anything if we do. That's kind of a direction we're working on at the moment. And then uncappers, we're working on hopefully a couple uncappers there. We're going to have a new electric knife uncapper, so with the kind of an automatic setup that drives the frames down between a couple of vibrating electrically heated knives and pushes them out over an uncapping setup or an uncapping tray setup. And then also a flail uncapper, kind of similar to the Maxent knife or Maxent chain uncapper, similar in concept to that. We'll be showing off a couple of nice units there. I'm excited about. We'll see again. I got a little more. I got some testing to do yet and stuff. I'm not certain if we're going to be taking pre-orders of those yet, or if it's going to be just kind of show and tell, and maybe line up a handful of beta tester type of thing or something. But then our Hive 365 plastic insulated Hive version 2 of that will be showing off. What else do we talk about? New honey pump option, a couple new speed fills. Let's see.
The new.
I can hear that cat purring, Brad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, he's diesel powered, so
Diesel, Cummins powered cat. Yeah, that's
bigger
good.
creamer.
The heated creamer. Yep, thank you. 60-gallon heated bottling tank, a new bigger double jacketed heated bottling tank as well. I'm trying to think what else have we got. probably the main things. Our new plastic bottom board. Well, kind of relaunching our same plastic bottom board and the new plastic hive cover and top feeder combo, which I'm really excited about. Again, a nice affordable plastic lifetime warranty hive cover that works in conjunction with a top feeder. Really nice top feeder that has liquid feed capacity as well, some dry feed or pollen sub capacity as well. I'm really excited about a nice option there. I think that's the majority of the new things out there. We're going to have some really sweet giveaways. As I mentioned, we're doing a couple, one or two big shopping spree giveaways, as well as some really cool little gadgets we're going to be giving out that I'm really excited about. Again, I'm not going to say what those are, but we're doing some custom made cool little giveaways that any attendee can stop by the booth and grab. And so, yeah, a lot of exciting stuff, bigger booth than ever, and 4,000 square feet of showroom booth space, and then another 10 or 12,000 square feet out back for warehouse and stuff. So it's a big deal. We're working at it hard and heavy.
Excited to see you.
Thank you. Likewise. Yeah, it's coming right up. Boy, December's flying by, isn't it?
Yeah, less than a month now.
Yeah, I am thankful that I know it's caused some angst for some people that it's been pushed back a week to now it's on top of ABF. But yeah, it's a nice thing for us. It gives that extra week. It's not up so close to New Year's and stuff, and so it's definitely gives it a little more breathing room. And yeah, it wasn't really a big deal for us last year at being right smack on top of New Year there practically, but it did cause some annoyances here and there. So it's going to be nice to have it pushed back.
Yeah. Well, the thing to consider too for everybody is it might be about 30 days away for all of us as attendees to it. Most of these company guys that are going to be there, you have to consider that it's not 30 days for them because they have 2 holidays right in the middle of this thing. So they don't get to have 3.5, 4 weeks of time to get this together. They're far less time than that with the holidays in there too. So
yeah,
I think it's just an extra week for me to procrastinate getting my honey show items together.
Yeah. Gonna win some prizes, Melissa?
Try to get some ribbons.
There you go. Did you get some last year, some ribbons?
3 or 4, I think.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. We've got a couple of ribbon winners in this chat here.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Dot House is one of you.
Nice.
I don't know who else is in here tonight that
create some competition for Melissa here, guys.
Yeah.
Some stiff competition.
Yeah, Honey Show started out, I think, as kind of an afterthought at Hive Life 2022 or something, I think it was, and has now become quite the deal.
Yep.
Whole lot of white lab coats chasing around.
Yeah, really the largest honey show in North America now. So
yeah, that's kind of scary watching all them people in them white coats.
All the mad scientists.
Got my lab coat downstairs hanging up in the honey room.
Are you a lab coat? You're going to be a lab coat?
Yeah, I'm
oh man.
I'm about halfway there.
Okay.
Hey John, I always wanted to marry a doctor. Now I'll be able to get that, that notch in my belt, Got that.
Yeah, I don't think them honey judges make quite doctor money though. I don't know, Tom, how that's gonna work out.
We're like making negative doctor money.
Yeah.
I was banking on that for my retirement. Don't tell me.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
Banking on
that. The main motivation for marrying a doctor, but I don't know. Maybe there's others. Other perks.
I'm sure we can come up with something.
Yeah,
this chat's gonna go downhill fast.
Yeah,
Joey.
for real. Yeah, we better not. We're really gonna be low life beekeepers here.
Gotta earn up to that name.
Philip's phone died. What a surprise, Philip.
Yeah, he just kind of went out, didn't he? Didn't he say?
That's what he does when he gets mad. He just disappears. We just know that's what's up.
So I'm curious, do y'all usually go this long? We're coming up on 3 hours here. Is that not complaining? It's been a lot of fun, but is that usually how long they go?
Well, we usually shoot for 2 hours, but you never know when we land,
Yeah.
Things
kind of go off the rails a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you go over 2 hours. It starts getting a little dicey. You don't know what's gonna come out.
Yeah. Brian's right. He did a stapler exit. I think I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. Pretty much talked about everything we need to mention before next weekend. John, appreciate you coming on. And anytime you want to, you just come on, man.
Well, I thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for the invite. Thanks y'all for having me and for staying on, listening to me ramble on about a lot of different things. But it's been an awful lot of fun. So thank you again for inviting, and good to see y'all.
Yeah.
And hope to see most all of you here in January. And Brad, the water's fine down here in Louisville, Kentucky. So if you want to come down,
Oh, don't think that I don't really want to go.
I believe that. Yeah. All right, y'all.
All right, John, if you want to hang on there just a minute, we'll go ahead and close this thing out, and then we'll get on out of here.
Night, everybody.
All right.
See y'all.
Good night, y'all.
Night, Mr. Boots.
Get your tickets for Hives for Heroes raffle.
There you go.